versus Niersighted versus WitchWay.
Yeah, Niersighted, but I haven't seen it on the Asuka. Like the little pun there with Nier from Grand Blue, if I got that correctly. But we're going to Strive today, and WitchWay and going through. So matchup that you don't see every day, but one that has been notoriously, from what I've heard, what the streets are saying, does pretty good, right? She has the anti-zoning properties of HCL as well as stroke and multiple ways to get around what Asuka's throwing at you, right? So it's going to be up to Niersighted to put those cubes right where they need to be to keep that offense going, because once Asuka gets started, there's no way out, all right? It's going to keep going. So here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Going in with the 2D into Screamer, throw, RC for the kill. No, actually does a reload. Reloads the specs, the deck. Just for one more mix up there and got the close slash. We're going into round 2 now.
Yeah, he didn't even need that. Okay, good round start again for WitchWay. First on board here for Niersighted if they want to use it, but not going to be able to before they get wall broken. Still a little bit of mana yet. Their hand's a little bit unlucky there, so yeah, they're immediately going to find some actual projectile cards. That way they can get the zoning going. Nice XP, you get your turn started there for WitchWay, and 100 meter means that, yeah, that burst has to come out.
Absolutely don't want to hold any more of that pressure, but getting right back in anyway. WitchWay with 100 meters to work in with the HCL and a PRC to close that distance and get a super for the kill. So we're going to round 3 now.
Yeah, and now in that round 3, a full burst on way for WitchWay, but if you're across the screen here, it could be a little bit hard to get that going against this full screen pressure.
But there we go. WitchWay showing the use of Eno's anti-zoning, using a mix of the Note and HCL to clear that space. But now Niersighted noticing that is because you're running and close that distance. You can run under HCL as Asuka, so Niersighted using that and the Q super to get some distance from plus from as well. Overhead spear going to connect. YRC on deck. WitchWay decides to use it 2S into MLA again, not getting respected, not getting hit out of rather. Empty low going to catch, but no confirm on the 6H. Going to go one more time for another empty low. One more mix up. Baits the burst with the jump cancel on the JH. Really smart play. Risky, but hey, we got the game. WitchWay up 1-0.
Yeah, that burst bait basically paid off in all the ways that it needed to for them. It immediately broke their shield as well, so able to kill all that guts after the shield is down and no more mana. So WitchWay taking that game 1, and honestly a pretty interesting fashion. I think like this matchup is pretty known for like being kind of favored, but I like what Niersighted is showing here. I definitely think they still could be in this.
Yeah, no, not for sure. Niersighted not relying too much on the cubes, throwing 1 or 2 out and then just closing the distance, right? See, just like that, dashing on in and not letting WitchWay even think about throwing at HCL without getting countered it. There we go. Niersighted off to a good start, catching the tech out from the wall instead of going for a wall break. And that got a little more damage on the board, but now you're in the corner. WitchWay gonna get that pressure going, but not if you 2P out. Niersighted again, those plus frames going 100 meter on deck as well. Has plenty of options now. Puts the staff out and the Q.
Oh, the super on the staff.
Oh, it's slow-mo on the staff. Yeah, okay. But WitchWay going in, and Niersighted cashing on the burst once this round really bad. Putting another Q out. Oh,
you don't see that every day.
You absolutely don't. Sometimes those staff interactions, not all staffs are in the same deck, right? So depending on what test case you are on, you might get, like what we did here with Niersighted, got test case 2 staff with a test case 3 spell as well with the super. But WitchWay gonna get that kill with a pixel of life left. Really clutched that one out.
Yeah, a little bit of an overextension from Niersighted at the end. Ends up actually really costing them in the end. So, but they have WitchWay in the corner yet again, forcing out that burst, back to full screen, switching to that test case yet again, getting his staff up, but back in that pressure, even with the IB, yeah, that setup is plus on block. One of those new things that is in this patch. Definitely has a few more ways to keep her pressures a little bit more plus. Oh, catches them pressing something with the CL, tries to bait first. No shield online right now, no mana. So in danger.
Yeah, and this time WitchWay using the MLA and not going empty low, but instead landing and then faking out the JS, switching up the layer there, caught Niersighted lacking just a bit. And again, that burst bait game, mind game going into play, right? You're out of mana as Niersighted, not many spells either to work with, of course, as a result, and you're just going to panic and like, oh, I need to burst really bad, but Niersighted holding out for a little longer. Didn't happen to work out, but again, these games have been close. Niersighted using that test case 2, a test case you don't really see much from Asuka. You usually see that test case 3 with all the crazy large mana cost spells like Arpeggio, or test case 1 just get as many things on the screen as possible, right? But no, Niersighted using the mix-up heavy test case 2 to throw out a bunch of sneaky overheads that have worked out so far. But here we go and going into game 3.
Yeah, forced out that burst already, but Niersighted trying to get maybe just a little bit more range gain now. Going in for some pressure, plus frames. They have a lot of resources. 3 big explosions on deck here to maybe get some different cards in their hand. This is gonna hit. It does. It hits low enough.
Yeah, but WitchWay gonna reversal out, going in, getting that pressure started. The stroke gonna catch. Empty throw this time, but Niersighted ready for it. Gets the tech, but you're still in the corner. You're not quite out just yet. And the empty throw again. Not ready for the second one. WitchWay keeping the mix-up alive. Niersighted not able to defend as well. Using those bursts to get out early, doesn't want to hold any of that Eno pressure. And as a result, once you get that hit by again, it just takes one mistake, right? One HCL, one stroke at the right spot, and WitchWay just is unstoppable. So Niersighted has to keep this wall of cubes going and going and going. WitchWay jumps up and gets caught by a close slash. So Niersighted gonna get another chance at offense. Uses the Rubik's Cube to set with tap dust, but WitchWay seeing that animation come out, blocks it in time. Dash cancel not punished, but a throw tag might have been an accident. And the overhead cube again catching WitchWay, not looking at the deck there. Niersighted gets the round.
Finally opened up by that overhead. Like, it felt like they were blocking forever. But this is still set point here for WitchWay. And I like the 5P there to make sure that they know I am not respecting cover dash. No, I'm not going to let these throws just happen or the close-up pressure, but oh, plus on block. Very rare for that the die to actually be able to be that, but no mana here. A lot of danger. This super could lead to a very deadly situation. They have 15 meter here. Reflex is gonna be the option. 1 health in a dream here. YRC back to mid screen, but the dive back in is gonna send WitchWay to that 3-0.
With Red Ditto, so definitely being looked at a lot more as the number one op for as of this month.
I saw Danny play Ram this weekend, and I was fascinated by that. So something must have changed. That like Ram is now just like she's the character. Maybe she's the character that we actually thought she was now. Like just insane pressure, insane mix-up, like never-ending, and good conversions. Like Mouqui showing it off right there. No hard knockdown, but you're okay with going back to mid.
Yeah, for sure. Mouqui getting off with the perfect. Honestly, the thing with Ram is like once she gets a change, right? So a big nerf. So for example, like season 2 or so when she lost the Rekka hard knockdown, her offense was a little less streamlined, right? The Rams finally went back into the lab and found the disgusting tech, right? And it happened again in season 4. She lost the God S-Sword, and it's like, okay, now I have to play a little more around what I have there. And speaking of S-Sword, gonna punish the DP and Mouqui with a double perfect, not even getting touched. Gonna take game 1. But yeah, like I was saying, using Sword in ways for mix-ups now with Sword PRC, just setting up a plus 30, like 4-way mix with the cross-ups, the jumps, the ID back JKs, all launch, by the way. So now that the Rams are finally figuring out what exactly is that formula to win, you're seeing the results.
Yeah, you sure are on to the Johnny.
Yeah, speaking of results, right, you know. Let's switch in to our Samurai Cowboy Pirate. Let's see if anything changes in Duel 2.
Yeah, Johnny, another extremely strong character this patch. Alright, just going for the minus frames at the beginning, try to catch them off guard. No full hard knockdown, so Mouqui fighting back in mid-screen. Both these characters love being at that mid-range, but Ram, oh, this corner pressure is nasty. Oh, good fight back though with the backdash. This time doing Wake Up Super. Both options working out so well and kind of set up Lev for this pressure.
Yeah, here we go. Orange ball to extend, but got a little greedy. Mouqui calling out with a close slash. 100 meter on deck. This is Gotta do a chunk here. 214H. Super not gonna kill. Didn't have both swords on deck, but you have positive bonus. Hard knockdown. No reversal on the side of Leb either. It's gonna be tough, and the H sword gonna catch the backdash. Mouqui looking strong.
Yeah, Mouqui putting them in a little bit of an infinite pressure loop in a lot of these situations. Just like, if you're gonna backdash or try to get out of my like close range pressure, I'm just gonna like send the sword out and kill you. But speaking of killing you, Leb, great first opening, super gets that hard knockdown. You're able to set yourself up for probably a pretty good round win. Counter hit, not blocking the safe drop, trying to mash on it instead. Going for the super yet again, not get a kill. I don't gonna dream.
Oh, just a pixel of life left. 50 meter on deck here. Johnny can you be safe unless you are a Ramlethal Valentine with a half-screen super known as Mito. Gonna get rid of what was a safe OT option from Johnny in most matchups. But Leb gonna answer back with a Misdefiner. We're going to duel 3. But Leb is out of burst entirely, so do not get hit, please. Oh, the backdash post slash gonna catch. Mistiming the meaty on the post slash, and now I was gonna say you're back on offense, but Mouqui being aggressive with the verse to keep that pressure going, and now has positive bonus.
That's a big counter hit. You're gonna be able to get the corner carry off of that. Doesn't opt to go for the card combo, but you know, getting Mouqui in the corner here is important. YRC still 50 meters here, so meter penalty doesn't hurt as much. Good catch with the 6K, but no full conversion off of it. Okay. Still under the pressure because of the S sword. Oh, good backdash yet again. Leb with the godlike backdash to get out of that pressure. Catches their backdash, and that's going to be game 2 going to Leb.
Leb saying talk to the boat. 6K. Making a big difference here in game 2. A button that Kai doesn't quite have to the same extent. At least he's not as flexible as Johnny, right? He doesn't get the leg all the way up there. But Leb gonna make it work with the Johnny. Just again, the backdashes and just the anti-airs and just the general reward, right, from these neutral hits have been the big difference maker here, as opposed to the Kai not making too much of these big hits. Obviously, Fudo Arc RIP as a Season 4, not doing what it used to do. So we gotta go to the Johnny to fix that problem, and it's working so far. So hey, no shame. Going into game number 3.
Yeah, looking really clean, honestly, in a lot of situations on the Johnny, but round start, infinite pressure loop coming out from Mouqui.
Dude, we're not gonna talk about how Mouqui spent 100 meter and 100 burst for that sequence.
I mean, yeah, that's how you infinite pressure people. And you get the full combo into the corner. You spend every resource, but look at it. It's paying off. They're getting their burst back as well here. They, you know, had the round gone longer, they would have gotten another wild assault too.
I guess the strategy is please stop interacting with me. I'm gonna just run my pressure. They're gonna hold it. Oh, the tragic mistime of the close slash gets back thrown, and the backdash again getting caught by the close slash. This time you're back on defense. The S sword keeping the plus frames for so long. Look at all they run back in, but an aggressive far slash, and the 6K again catching the jump. Where are you going? We're bound here. Double in Sanger for the wall break. Get a chunk of damage there. But Mouqui has the meter advantage, so gonna use the sword PRC, as I mentioned before, just dominating the neutral situation there. Now you're all in the corner. What happens to your positive bonus? Oh, no. Gotta use it. There we go. Overhead gonna catch. Leb almost was a tragic loss there in that round, but we're going to round 3 here.
Yeah, Leb has to be careful about those kinds of situations, because you could have definitely died for not doing an RC combo there. Alright, alright, going for the jump. That 214S pressure was so threatening. Alright, getting the combo in the corner. So hard knockdown. What's the mix-up here on Wake Up? 50 meter here for Leb and Burst. So, yeah, waiting it out, trying to figure out what that option is, but going for the Gold Burst. PRC back, getting caught!
Sword PRC, holding it down once again. Mouqui with a soft knockdown, but 50 meter on both ends. Who's going to use it first? And there we go, Sword PRC again, just really wanting to lock down. But Johnny far slash, the button of all buttons, gonna win the neutral situation. But here we go, Mouqui with 100 meter on the situation. So what's Leb gonna do? Still goes for the misfinder on the card, not afraid of the Motobato. And air throwing the flip kick in a good spot now. Card pop with the guard crush. Burst from Mouqui and the, okay, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta send it. You feel me?
So, sometimes you just 214H when you have 50 meter to catch people running at you. And honestly, not a bad option versus Johnny, who like can't block at the early frames of that dash. So
yeah,
I
no,
mean,
there's
it
other
worked
method
out.
to the madness. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you have the 50 meter to cover yourself. Johnny can't dash block, tragically. Honestly, no, not tragically. Thank God.
Not tragically.
Imagine if he could. No, not tragic at all. But Mouqui up 2-1 now, looking to close out the set. These games have been getting really close now since that Johnny switch. So can we keep up the momentum?
Oh, let's see. Oh, beginning round start, far slash, giving Ram a taste of her own medicine. Leb getting that positive bonus already on board and getting another hit in the corner. Look at this damage. Oh my god.
Leb saying, I got the better slash buttons. Far slash beating the farthest round start and the 2S catching after the wall break here. Hard knockdown, 50 meter on deck 2 and goes for the empty throw, faked out. You're not fuzzy anything. Perfect from Leb here, really turning it up.
And this is what they need if they want to win this game. But good air to air coming up from Mouqui. Not going for any sword in that combo, so that way they can get this pressure. Okay, both swords spent in the corner and burst to make sure that they can't have it. Yeah, Mouqui's gonna have to play this defense game into the super.
K putting ungodly amounts of work in, super for super, trading inputs for one another here, and the side swap on the Dara, really smart routing from Mouqui, has the corner pressure now, and you know what happens when Rand has you in the corner, but no, he blocked the tap dust, not time to get plus enough to avoid a punish, and now we're going in 6K again. Mouqui staying on the ground this time, learning their lesson. But it could be bad. Johnny with the Senga RC. Faked out for the vault for the throw, but Mouqui's ready to react. The air split kick is plus on block. He can't mash on that. And oh man, the 2D counter hit. Gotta put Mouqui on set point. Really hectic round there. This could go either way.
Yeah, Leb's still in this fight, but Mouqui trying to close this out. They get the first hit in this round 3. This is gonna be important. No sword spent in that situation, and a reflex spent in order to get them away from that sword.
There we go, the JH, the button of all time. Using it, both swords cashed out, throw to reset, get a little bit of that sword timer going as he gets some slash buttons back, jumping back towards them. Please leave my swords alone. Plus frames on the third Rekka hit. Override gonna catch. And off the wall, the small conversion. Catching the backdash again, and Mouqui will be the one closing it out. 3 Nubenheimer. Test Your Luck coming in right now. Trying to make a name for themselves in this ladder. Showing up a little late, so we're going to get those points up right away. And I.A.D. Behemoth's going to force the burst out. And the Wild Assault, we are not holding any of your swords, please and thank you. But Test Your Luck going to get it anyway.
Ooh, they get frame trap there. Big counter hit, and they have 50 meter on deck to get the super, so big first advantage for them. Unfortunate that you don't get the full animation, hard knockdown, but you'll take that damage any day of the week. Fukio backward, but Behemoth up, and then the overhead. Fuzzy. Good blocks from Test Your Luck. But to reflect and reset the situation, but the A tier with the TC is going to end the round.
Yeah, Test Your Luck. That Nago damage racks up real quick here, getting started with that 5P pressure. Fukioing in and out. I.D. but a little too high up to stay safe. Throw punish. Good awareness from Test Your Luck. Going to keep that pressure going here, but GoosinAbout making some space, and now Test Your Luck at high blood got hit by the last hit of far slash, was afraid of getting bit there, and you're going to pay the price. Test Your Luck doing a lot of damage here. No hard knockdown, no meter, but the positive bonus going to pay off real soon. If GoosinAbout doesn't get their own pressure started, nice conversion, going to get the side swap and an empty throw. Drone pressure, here we go. Sitting still, YRC from Test Your Luck. Deflect shield back to back, but you didn't really go anywhere. 6H OTG and a 6P. Gonna close out game 1 for Test Your Luck.
Yeah, I wonder what they were hitting there at the end. They got hit by 6P, but regardless, Test Your Luck just putting 2 very solid rounds on the board. Not getting caught too much in the vortex. It can be hard sometimes as Nago. You just don't have that many like quick options to get them off of you, and your movement's so limited. But Test Your Luck so experienced in that matchup that you could like, you can see that they're waiting for a lot of the normal things. The jump at round start, immediately going to go for the burst. You don't want to let them get anything started.
Yeah, here we go. GoosinAbout again, not afraid to spend that cash. to hold down the neutral as best as possible. Little mix up there, okay. Going for another one over, gonna catch. Really good, oh, I was gonna say really good conversion, but just barely missed on that 2-6-8 here. Forced into another mix up. Is TestYourLuck getting caught by the frame trap? 6-8-4 here, GoosinAbout. Off to a hot start, but can we keep it up? Now if you get your J stomped on, TestYourLuck doing a good job getting that damage and the bites. It's looking spooky.
Yeah, that's a that was a very spooky man grab, but unfortunately no hit on the wall break. So now TestYourLuck's in the corner. Super here. I think they're blocking the air. Yeah, they were. So big possible combo, drops it. White Wild Assault to save it. And big combo here will get GoosinAbout game 2.
GoosinAbout missing the dash cancel Behemoth, but it worked out because that first close slash hit. So TestYourLuck was not trying to hold any of that pressure. Got hit again by another close slash, and GoosinAbout having these moments where they just really get the snowball going. And TestYourLuck, honestly, that's been the set so far, right? One player gets their offense started, and the other one is just stuck. So it gets real bad, especially when Nago's at high blood, doesn't have the movement with Clone or Fukio to work with. But here we go, GoosinAbout getting started with the Behemoth in our game number 3.
Big pressure and getting them immediately in the corner. TestYourLuck doesn't want to deal with that at the beginning of the round, catching them with the mini got a little bit from distance. Good jump in, the backdash to try to get out of the pressure, but yet again, they're just having to fight it. Nice backdash on the throw, so it's going to be their turn in the corner. GoosinAbout doing the burst, but good jump.
Yeah, TestYourLuck more than familiar with that drone situation. Covered the initial run up with the 2S and then jumped over the drone right on time to cover the air with a JH. So GoosinAbout not able to make anything out of what is such a dominant special and neutral. TestYourLuck looking very comfortable now in our game 3, getting started, has the round lead and the burst advantage as well. So it's going to be up to GoosinAbout to not get hit, or even worse, bit here. Double Fukio, but GoosinAbout reacts and gets a throw punish before that close slash comes out here. So now GoosinAbout is on that offense here. TestYourLuck not wanting to hold that third frame trap, but gets hit anyway. Another miss input on the supers. Both players have been missing on the super so far on the wall break. So that might be a little tragic here because he missed out on that hard knockdown, but just kidding. We've got a super to cover ourselves. GoosinAbout, get in the next round.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that they didn't get that hard knockdown. Able to still pick it up with that super in the pressure. So the first round 3, and the winner of this round picks up some good momentum. Maybe finish the set. And right now it's looking like GoosinAbout able to get the drone hit in the corner, so forcing TestYourLuck to burst. But this, going back to the corner now for TestYourLuck. It's just both, like we talked about earlier, both players just taking turns, doing serious offense on each other. Good side switch. This combo, oh, I thought it might have killed, but they didn't get the wall bounce. Does a fake throw into the overhead. GoosinAbout going up 2-1, throwing out all of the crazy mix-ups that Goldlewis can.
Yeah, insane setup there, using the Behemoth into Fast RC JP to set up a weird tick throw situation, right? The JH wasn't a true fuzzy, but what happened there was TestYourLuck reacted to that little delay in between those two buttons and just got bonked on the head with a coffin. And now GoosinAbout up 2-1 over TestYourLuck, looking to close it out and get a big upset, and also very valuable win for the ladder as well.
Yeah, when you beat someone like this good and someone that will probably end with a pretty good record, it helps you definitely make top 8, especially if you have the better record than them, if you have the matchup record. Oh, but speaking a little bit soon right now, because TestYourLuck with the perfect in game 4 to start us off. Big momentum back in their favor. They find the clone combo into the corner. Nice backdash into the throw though. So this is GoosinAbout's turn. They get the auto-timed meaty, and they get the Behemoth, but no hard knockdown in this situation means that TestYourLuck's gonna take a little bit of space. They had the blood to work with, not anymore. And now, it doesn't kill them. They get the punish, forcing GoosinAbout to burst.
Yeah, Waddle solving back and forth here. TestYourLuck getting started. Backdash BRC, looking for what was, I believe, an overhead. This timed it, so now both players out of their meter. But TestYourLuck gets that counter close slash shoot. Another mix-up and 50 meter on deck. Spends it for the tap dust, and we are going to game number 5. TestYourLuck not having it. Wants to close out this set. right now. But oh my gosh, can we talk about the setups that GoosinAbout is throwing all out right now? Like these fuzzies, these like fast RC behemoths are all hitting their mark. And honestly, I've seen this character for quite a while, played against them, watched it for a while, and I'm not gonna lie, like a good 80% of these mix-ups I have never seen. So this is crazy.
Yeah, I think like this is the personal GoosinAbout setups that we're seeing right here. Okay, going for the side switch. Not sure why you would want to get out of the corner, but it gives TestYourLuck kind of a mini advantage in this situation. No burst on either player right now. Good backdash, but just a close slash for TestYourLuck, so no big commitment. Does Fukio there, trying to make sure that they're checking this movement, but no full hit and no combo off that 5H anymore in that Season 4 patch.
But that hard knockdown and damage more than makes up for it. TestYourLuck Fukio on in and going into a set point now. If we get this round, good 6K, creasing the J's once again, but a big drop. Don't want to drop on Goldlewis because now he has the hard knockdown. Here we go, good setup here. Hard knockdown, you're right next to him as well. Fast RC, okay, didn't fall for the slow overhead this time, but the low after gonna catch what might have been a fuzzy jump. Okay, the four-way's working. We'll also have to get back in for one more hit, but TestYourLuck jumped over as Nago of all people do, but missed the conversion on the 2P. GoosinAbout could have closed out that round, and so could TestYourLuck have with the bite. 2S5H, we're going in for the hard knockdown again, backing up 2S5H one more time. GoosinAbout has 50 meter, but TestYourLuck not getting any space to set up, and the super gets baited from a mile away. We saw that one coming. TestYourLuck closing out the set in Geo Anji action. The man with the spin versus the girl with the dog. Who will be stronger?
Yeah, I mean, this should be a pretty crazy match between these two this early, but this is what happens in ladder formats. Sometimes you're just gonna fight super strong players, like on that first time. Okay, big combo in the corner, gonna have the positive bonus. No mix, just going for the strike throw here. Scissors not checking the throw, so not gonna be able to do anything in that situation. Already had spent the burst, so a perfect for Kreator.
Yeah, no, Geo with one of the scary strike throw situations given her normals, right? Has the double hitting low 2S to catch fuzzy setups. Has the close touch as well if you have the timing, and even if you don't, you're +3 on block. Not many characters to say they have that, right? So having that in combination with a spiral arrow that's plus on block, there's so many ways to just, if you're really about that Geo life, you can scare your opponent to death, right? Because Geo, it really hurts if you get struck by her as well. But here we go, big 5H interrupting the delay Nakiha there. Good call from Kreator. And now on the offense here, just looking for the parry, playing it safe against the anti-air DP. I will see you later, Kreator. Getting game one.
Yeah, Kreator playing in the perfect space to get those like easy whiff punishes on Scissors, trying to approach, just not letting them get much done. Sometimes you're just gonna fight against you, and it's just gonna feel exactly like this match. Like you just can't get in. She's always jumping you at every time, like super speeding her way in, using those plus frames that she has, like you said, with the close slash. And Kreator just looking super good in that game one.
Yeah, but it's going to be up to Scissors to understand what Kreator's timing is as Geo, but oh my god. Kick, please stay away from me, sir. The double 5K catching the start of that Fujin. Not afraid of the spin, but here we go. Scissors get that back throw, so now the Anji pressure begins, but backing up, giving up the corner as well. Now Kreator has it, but the double Fujin into Nakiha gets blocked. RC to keep that pressure going, and the Rin for the hard knockdown. Overhead gets hit here. So now, honestly, with how Anji is in Season 4, obviously we've been with the season for a while now, but the RPS with meter has changed quite a bit, right? Because there is no longer a combo off of the overhead, even with a roaming cancel, right? Anjis are more likely, as you see there, to go for the low before RC, or before they go for the overhead, and it works out for Scissors here, getting the double RC, using the 100 meters to make it work, but uh-oh, big far slash hit for Kreator. One more mix up here, double jump, catches the throw tech, but the RC to keep Scissors safe in the 5K. I gotta kick of my own, says Scissors.
Yeah, good check on the movement from Scissors there at the end. Like, keeping control of that round. Alright. This is going to be a big combo into the corner. Geo, great corner carry. Oh, actually catching not getting caught in spin there. Scissors actually pressing in that situation is going to give Kreator a big advantage. Gio loves having meters, so positive bonus is just such a great thing for her. All right, our knockdown going up for the throw. The good thing off of the overhead is that it still sets up for a pretty good situation, but the low gives you a really nice combo. Look at that. Into the super, looking to take this game. Lickety split. All right, waiting for that option coming out from Kreator. They have 100 meters, so just gonna RC into the 2S. Oh, they catch him backdashing. That's hard knockdown into the another 2S. Caught Scissors doing something.
Yeah, no, definitely caught a fuzzy jump. Might have been an accidental fan super there, but got the fan. But the deflect shield on the butterfly to ignore would have initially been a high-low off that tap dust. Not wanting to hold any of that. Good awareness and good risk-taking by Kreator there. Not afraid of the throw option because hasn't shown that yet. But here we go. Fujin and Sanagi to get that pressure started. The 5H call-out was almost going to hit there, but the butterfly came out just in time. This is with 50 meter now. Went for the throw, but whiffed. So now Kreator gets the back throw. That geo pressure is scary, but we're going to spin away from that 5H, answering that spacing problem that we had earlier there, using the spin to get around those big active frames. But here we go. Another overhead. PRC off of the hop from Fujin to get a little quick overhead that's plus. But here we go, 2S, 5H again. Kreator blocking for dear life. Another Fujin, Shin for the reset and the overhead. Kreator just could not move. Scissors getting game number 2.
Yeah, they did not want to YRC in that situation. They wanted that meter in order to win the round, and Scissors was not stopping. Scissors could not be stopped in that situation, and they get the overhead. The overheads in the end, like more than one. The overhead caught them moving. The overhead caught them in the corner eventually. Just like the Fujin follow-up's doing a lot of good work.
Yeah, no, that's the fear with Anji pressure, especially when you're at low health, right? And he has 50 meter. As Kreator, you want to hold that meter and hope that Scissors tries to bait you out of a YRC or a super. But then if you give Anji that respect, then Anji can just keep going. But speaking of Kreator getting that offense going, again, sitting back with the active bar slash, catching buttons and whip punishing the 2P for a full conversion. Good chunk of damage here. 50 meter on the side of Scissors. Gets caught out of a movement option with that enhanced 214K, but this time is the meaty back throw with 100 meter as Scissors. Here we go, the mind game once again. Sitting still, now they're baiting, but the Ko on reaction to the jump, forcing the burst out. That's good even if you lose, but we're going to hero burst anyway, relying on that 100 meter. YRC might get again. This time Kreator spends it. But gets caught by the 2P. Going one more time. Now, oh, good block on the overhead. It was delayed too, so decided to make that choice right at the end there, and Kreator clutching it out on defense. Getting the game, getting the round 1, which is really crucial because both players do not have burst right now.
Yeah, Scissors spending it all there. Unfortunately, not coming out on top. You don't have burst for this situation, but you do build a lot of burst by getting hit by Geo, and then also by getting sent through the wall. So okay, throw. It's a big plus frames. Reflex shield really good against that block stream. So gonna be able to get the punish.
Here we go, BRC to continue. Oh, but the baits the YRC was so plus on that BRC close slash that Kreator had time to bait out a YRC with a dash. Using that little mind game on the animation to see us make Scissors think, oh my god, they're gonna press something. Let me just YRC to get out because now there's no more mind game, but the mind game never ends. Kreator up 2-1.
Yeah, good reaction during the BRC, because like you still have to like be able to see it. So Kreator getting rewarded really well for both their meter usage and for their pressure there. But Scissors, I mean, Scissors not out of it. They in that one game, I feel like they showed how they can really shut down Kreator in a lot of situations. Okay, but Kreator kind of on fire right now, forcing the burst out of Scissors yet again. Fujin, oh, that is a unique way to punish Fujin. I did not expect to see that.
That was crazy. Kreator showing off the matchup knowledge to a T here, doing a chunk of damage here. The 5 guts aren't going to do much in this next mix-up situation, especially with the positive bonus here, using the enhanced 214K again to create that spacing. That 2P is not going to catch, and Kreator ready for the whip punish as well. Now all of a sudden, Kreator on set points. What are we going to do as Scissors? You're throwing out the 5K, throwing out these fast buttons, but Kreator just waiting and just knowing when's the right time to take their turn, right? Because when Scissors whips something, as we saw with that JS, something else usually follows. So Kreator, knowing that, gets the counter hit, hard knockdown on the 6H. Double close slash. Sitting that space again, again, same situation. Catches the jump out, knowing that Scissors is scared, and gets an anti-air DP. Full punish again. Burst online, but only a pixel help. Lucia, go burst. Oh, not like this, Scissors. No.
Yeah, it wasn't over, Scissors. Come on.
Scissors.
That's a really hard situation to win. Don't get me wrong. Jill with 100-meter and a big health lead means that, like,
versus Damon, who we just saw has that undefeated 5-0 record, right? Going in with that Baiken. Baiken's auto action starting off hot with double Kabari, cross up Yozansen, catching one of the burst bait, but Calamari not buying it, just so he, but the throw off the tether already. Every mix-up paying off for Damon here. Has a 100-meter damn near as Baiken. You do not want to be holding up with miss inputs to Yozansen.
Yeah, 100-meter though, and they backdash right outside of the range of Calamarikurusu. Okay, forced to block this. No Eddie meter currently. Trying to backdash out of that situation, but getting caught by that bar slash. Dayman is picking up that round once. I mean, that is a very committal 2H, but not going to get punished.
Yeah, there's a Tommy killing Eddie. Such a really strong facet of that Tommy projectile is that it's good at versus clashing, right? You get that first hit to hit with a projectile, special projectile is a puppet. Like Eddie, you all of a sudden went from you want to use the non-committal option to just take a huge advantage in neutral. But Calamari getting started, nice conversion, had no Eddie, so knew to jump cancel with the JKJD and finish off that combo, at least get some positive bonus. You can maybe throw a sword super out, but an aggressive 6B, gonna get caught by a 2H, and now you're holding a 100-meter bike and cross up Yozansen into another Yozansen, hitting the YRC into a third Yozansen. And everybody for a third one. No punish on the YRC, but it doesn't matter when you are biking with 50 meter. All right, as we can clearly see. Dayman getting the 1-0 start.
Yeah, Dayman kind of just giving them under pressure at most times of the round, and like there's not really much that Zato can like. Zato's always trying to set up Eddie, like, and it's always gonna be like you're gonna have a hard time trying to get that done versus a really good Baiken player like Dayman, because like they do have those extended normals. They have really like high advantage. Good walk back there in order to get this immediate neutral win. Oh, and they bait out the parry as well. But no Eddie meter right now, so looking for that parry in the pressure. It's not gonna happen just yet, but of course, you know, as soon as I talk about it.
Yep, the law of attraction here working out. Speaking of attraction, using that tether to keep that pressure close. Oh, the left-right got mashed out of. Calamari not afraid to get out of that pressure really quickly, air dashing backwards, trying to run away, but Dayman not having it. The gun super coming out, doesn't kill Eddie. Calamari put it behind Zato. Really good spacing. Rennes knew how to avoid that situation to get rid of Eddie super fast. Got the sides of the frog and the anti-air burst. Oh, that was an auto time bait because the frog kept going, but just couldn't combo after. Good stuff here, Calamari. Get in the round. Looking to make a comeback here. Looked a lot more comfortable in this round one. Jumping over the 2H, called it out as well. Here we go. Oh, what a punish on the guard cancel. Dayman missed time. Now, yeah.
That was so hard to see. Oh my god.
Yeah. I got hit.
So long.
Oh,
I got hit, and I got my burst baited. Honestly, I wouldn't like how I have not seen Eddie mix like that in so long.
Excuse me. I was not familiar with your game. I apologize. Went from the mixie to the mixer. Using the break the law just to go onto the screen, and if you're not familiar with the specific setup, I promise you got hit. Like I don't know where he went. I was like, wait, where did Zato go? I'm like, oh yeah, he's literally under the ground. My bad. Excuse me. Going into game number 3 here, another Kabari to start, but no follow-up. Didn't hit confirm it. As Kabari instead, but a brave match from Calamari, not holding any of that. Here we go. The Pierce catching Dayman. What looked like was gonna be a break the law setup again. Actually, just Calamari just sat there and watched Dayman block the wrong way.
Oh, like they caught the backslide. So forcing the YRC out. Gonna get into that meter penalty because of that. They have to do it pretty carefully because they're not gonna get any advantage in this situation. No Eddie meter and no meter online. Does have burst, but I mean, is it worth it spending it in this situation?
Maybe if we can get out of this sequence, using the oppose to get away from the Kabari and using the frog as well to punish. Another frog catching the Tatami. Drill setup, put it away, put it back out, put the jump in. Damon taking advantage of that lapse, forcing the burst from Calamari. But again, the frog catching, goes under the Kabari and then catching the whip punish as well. But a throw from Dayman. A little spaghetti on the floor. I'm like, you know what? It just might work. Dayman getting around, and a big one as well because Calamari not with any burst here, using the cross-up throw this time. Left, right, goes for cross-up and counter hits as well. Calamari tried to mash again, but that setup is meaty. A bit of an execution check to mash there. Here we go to Tommy. Air throw! Huge call out, and the Tether gonna make it easy to close out on that RC. Dayman perfecting their way to a 2-1 lead. Very back and forth set.
Yeah, that was a really good reaction at the end. I love how they were like the game 2 was all about Calamarikurusu thinking about it really smartly, and I think game 3 was all about Dayman trying to play that really smartly. Like both players adapting pretty well to each other's pressure, but it has to be Calamari's turn to do that because now Dayman on that set point only needs 1 game here. And, you know, 2 rounds can go really quickly when you're Baiken. Look at this start already. Going for the mix. Yeah, you still can't hash. After that, gets the backdash for 2H. Just walk up Yozansen. No meter online quite yet, but this next situation can be quite dangerous for Calamari. They opt to mash anyway, though.
Gonna have to block here, Dayman. Got hit out of that parry twice. Another drill setup. Here we go. Tap does block, but the frogs keep it up. Empty low gonna catch out that air dash, but now you're out of Eddie. A parry into a Yozansen from Dayman. Gonna put Dayman at set point here. The parry's finally paying off using the guard cancel to set up that very disgusting mix up off the guard crush. Here we go, 2H. Escobar again, not getting checked. We're in that situation again, but Calamari kind of got out. Not really, though. Okay, now we're out. Gotta wait. And the pose finally calling out these IDs and the burst as well. No Eddie, though, so has to be a little risky with this mix up. Pose slash catching the backdash. Barely dodges that JD, but now Eddie's gone once again. Calamari has to hold it down just for a little couple seconds longer.
Yeah, they get the evasion long enough to be able to set up this mix up in the corner. Sword super to replenish all of Eddie as well. So they're looking at a really solid pressure situation for them right here in the corner. But YRC gets rid of all of that. But good reaction to the YRC. They were in the air when it happened, so they're able to JD back in and get the round win. Only needs 1 more to take it to game 5, but Dayman not out of it yet. Looking to take us to a game 5. Nice mix-up, going for the Eddie switch up yet again.
Yeah, super potent mix-up here. Dayman not out of nowhere, setting up the bait again. Perry got baited, but no punish just yet. Dayman got away with their lives there, and the Yozansen gonna get them out too as well. Kabari for the conversion, and now you're in Baiken's win con. Throw gonna catch. Left, right. Same side gonna hit this time. Burst. RC. No, holding on. Soft knockdown as well. Really good awareness from Calamari. Now you have the resource advantage. Use this for the Amorphous RC. No, just going to put out Eddie's again. You're safe, right? It's jumping over. JH going to connect. RC. No burst again. Looking for a setup. Are we going to bait? Yes, we are, but no dice. Gold burst on the side of Demon. RC with the 2H. And then Yozansen getting smacked with the 6P. Calamari surviving and bringing us to a game 5.
Yeah, that was almost extremely dangerous there at the end for Calamari. Gold burst just means gold burst for Baiken just means anything can happen. They could go for any mix-up and then do it into another mix-up. It could have been so insane, but good 6P reaction from them to beat the Yozansen and send us to a game 5 situation, and I think our closest set of the day.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's been super tight. Both players getting a really good start on either end. But now as we got into game 4, it was neck and neck. So will it be more of the same in this game number 5? Kabari's and Invite Hells trading with one another. Dayman taking advantage of the fact that Calamari has no Eddie. Super aggressive jumping, catching the Invite Hell. 100 meter for the mix-up. Are you going to block? No, you're not. Dayman looking to close out the set with 1 more round here, but Calamari has shown that comeback factor. Don't count them out just yet. 2H gonna catch.
Yeah, I think Dayman's found the secret here, and it's that they cannot let them walk back in any of these situations. PRC to punish it as well. Get that Escavari. Yes. 1 health in a dream here for Calamari. They have Eddie pressure online. 5D, but it's parried. Dayman with a game 5 win. Very, very clean last game for them to keep their record and still be lossless in bracket today.
What a set. Shoutouts to both players playing. Yeah, Jacko player, all right? Not just any. So here we go. Let's see what we have in store. An ID back Reaper, the Testament Classic, and get it started here. But a big minion shoot into the drive rush. You know what I'm saying? The strive rush. Using the 2-1, do the new move off of that 36K to close that distance. And now we're playing the full screen game, but Jacko more than happy to play with that because you have more options with those minions, right? Using the kick to keep the pressure going. Catches in the shimmy as well. 6K, we got the bomb steps. We have these? We have these? Bit of a throw bait, but got that regardless.
And I mean, this is a bad situation for a character like Jacko. Nice 5P. Actually auto-corrected and beat the teleport. But I mean, you definitely could have won off of that previous interaction. A little bit of flair, but Jacko player does pick up that round 1. I like the round starts, like despite it being the classic, like, you know, you can't really go wrong with that unless you're getting air thrown, you know. But I will say a more aggressive round start could definitely help you in not getting into some of these pressure sequences. Jacko's one of those characters that you cannot let set up.
Right, the situation with this matchup, right, giving Jacko space means she can throw minions out, which, with the minions, again, like, the Succubus doesn't have a shield command, the Succubus can't attack you, right, so it doesn't have a bomb strapped to it that it can be launched at any point, right, those don't exist. So, but Jacko has all of those, and she can control which angle those are going at, right, so if you give Jacko that space, you're now playing RPS that you may not like so much as Testament, right, you can't really as safely set up Stain or Arbiter Sign because Jacko's got 3 little minion children hitting you at all angles, right? Like it's tough. So Jacko player gonna get at 1-0 lead.
You're also a character without like a really, really good invincible reversal. Because even though like 236K is like a, you know, it's pretty good, but it's on the slower end for sure. And like her having so many plus frames, like you don't want to let that happen. It is harder though as Testament. She's not really built for that kind of like rush down, but like trying to stay within the range where you can always hit them. 2D call out, gonna counter hit and even catch the backdash with a minion hit there. Just all right, Jacko player being so right in so many of these situations.
Oh, we do have the bomb set up. We got it. Into the super, isn't enough to kill. Bomb is super low scaling.
Oh my god.
Just barely not enough, but we love to see that. Off of a tap dust, by the way. Going in with the JH, canceling into a fake out and getting the throw there. Perfect round from Jacko player. Bluebery switching to the Leprechaun scale, hoping for a little luck, but all that got you was a quick round 1 loss though. But we can fight their way back here. Not if you get 2K2D though, but not too much damage on Jacko's end. Gets hit by the low. Here we go. Throw as well. More setup here. Minion. Throw again. 2 minions out now. 5H for the meaty. Into you know what time it is. We're going infinite plus frames. Hold these real quick.
Yeah, let me drain all your meter and drain all your health bar. 2H to end it all off. Jacko player looking for that speed run today. Does not want to get it. Let's see what the game 3 like adaptation is gonna be though, because I feel like Bluebery is definitely like not. I feel like they're having a hard time understanding like how they're supposed to stop this from happening, which is like understandable. But
it is Jacko.
Yeah, I mean
it's not easy. It's not easy. So I mean, as Testament, right? Despite having you don't have as many options from your projectile. The projectile does have a massive disjoint. So if you get good at timing the Grave Reaper, right, to hit the strike of the Reaper, especially as of this latest patch, right, super disjointed. So you can interact with the minions decently well. Not the best. It is Jacko minion. Don't get me wrong. He was just like that. Still ate through it. So you don't always have the projectile advantage. So you might have to play more with normals. But that being said, Jacko player using 6H to get that wall break. Soft knockdown, so we do have buttons to play with. Sitting back, gets the jump in. 2H for the vacuum, and then the Brave Reaper, and there's one to far slash. You doing little buttons, little pokes, but not getting the reward we need to close up these rounds. Great combo there from Jackal player, getting that wall health cranked to the max for a simple break. Now looking at set point here, Bluebery has to turn up the tables here, turn up the pressure, the aggression, putting up the stain, Arbiter sign, Bird comes out, far slash, again, keeping the distance here.
Every time they do one of those minion picks or throws, like, it beats fireballs too, so playing at that optimal range may not even be the best option for them when the minion is out. Oh, nice, off of the crow. Alright, you get guaranteed, like, they have to block here. Good walk-up situation, though. Jackal player just dashing at them into the throw.
Oh,
combo off of that.
Them.
Yeah, install. And this situation is going to be very hard to win. You do have 50 meter here, but they're trying to back up to get more space. And Jackal player says, "No, I think I'm just going to run up to Walter versus Danny." It's always interesting seeing other players in this matchup. Jikh versus Lowell.
Jikh, a well-known Millia player, one of the best so far, has really good results both online and offline, so not a Millia to disrespect by any means here. Looking to come in late as well and get those wins up real fast. Here, Lowell coming in on the Kai, looking to make the wins as well. Obviously, everyone's looking to win. This is ParagOnline ladder. You need everyone to count, and Jikh getting off to a great start using Winger for the hard knockdown, almost 50 meter, and oh man, the classic as of this season, right? The crossover with the Mirage back into the Artemis, stepping on your head for that cross up. Perfect round for Jikh.
Yeah, and on the positive side for Lowell, like, their burst is almost back because of the wall break. But I mean, there's not much else here because, like, right now you're kind of getting run over. Burst into the corner. Lowell has to get their pressure started right now. Nice just block, but yeah, has meter online to defeat that IB. Okay, going for the cross up. Last situation here for Lowell, and they're not gonna block the cross up. Jikh getting that first game on the board, very solid fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, the mix-ups. Honestly, I was gonna say while we were watching that Lowell was doing a good job of blocking the disc, but then right at the end, 2 in a row hit, and I was like, dang, it's tough, man. It's it's tough. Jikh just not letting Lowell play, and if you can't let your opponent play as Millia, you probably won the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, the mix-ups, they don't end. You have 4-way, and if Millia has 50 meter, then you get a 4-way into a 2-way, into a 2-way, into a 7-way, 8-way, 9-way. It doesn't stop. Right? So,
Yeah.
forcing the burst out early. Don't want to hold none of that. I understand that, Lau, but you're going to have to hold this 2K2D. It's not over just yet. But a shimmy. Didn't quite have time to set up a disc. So, use the discless pressure. And as counter, Artemis going to set up another 2K2D, or 5K2D rather. And there we go. Just as I was talking about, right? You blocked the first 50-50, but guess what? Millia has 50 meter. Got to hold another one. The JH into the Bedman going to get a not hard knockdown, but positive bonus going to work out. Now you got another 50 to hold if you don't get out of this. And again, using the capital into the cross-up has been super effective so far, working twice in a row on Lowell.
Yeah, I definitely think Lowell is, like, having a hard time. Like, if they ever lose neutral, trying to deal with the mix-up has just been such a problem. But Jikh not blocking the meaty fuck. What?
Okay, so super rare interaction with Sacred Edge. If you're too close on a wall splat, sometimes, depending on how it interacts, if you get, like, the back part of the hitbox on Sacred Edge, it won't actually break the wall. Sometimes it's intended for extended combos, but I'm pretty sure Lowell did not mean to do it there. And now, tragically, going to hold more Millia mix, but the tap does not going to connect. A DP a little early there. Didn't think that button was going to whip. And Jikh going to take advantage and improve to a 2-0 lead off of such a weird interaction that you don't see every day. But it did end up happening here. It's April Fool's, right? The silly energy is alive and well. Right.
Their win quote was "rip," and that is a rip indeed. That was a very unfortunate thing to happen in that situation. But honestly, sometimes you got to know that that's not going to work. Going for the ride the lightning instead might have been the right answer. But they're still in this. One game left that they have to work with. They can make this reverse 3-0 situation happen.
Lol, you got it. Kind of stuck. I see you in the chat, bro. Lock in. All right, it's time. I believe. I'm saying close Twitch. I'm saying put on the playlist. Play it. Play a DJ Khaled. I don't know what you know. What I'm saying. Whatever you need. All right. I know Hollow Live is really trending these days. We got some Miku. Whatever you need to lock in. All right. And not get hit by Artemis. It's okay. We got burst.
Yeah, Artemis has been really duking them because
the blocks. Oh Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, and not blocking the same side as well. Like it always starts with the Artemis, and the thing about the Artemis is it's just so good at frame trapping that, like, you know, yeah, if you're low here, you just oh wow.
My jaw's on the floor.
I didn't realize that was an air throw for Jikh. I thought that was an air throw for
Lowell. Got it. Yeah, no, April Fools. You thought you air threw me? No, I air threw you.
Yeah, you gotta be mashing that 6D in the air, that 4D in the air. Like, you cannot be letting that happen in that situation. That's pretty easy to react to. Nice tech there though, but stay in the corner, Jikh says. And oh no, yeah.
Scandalous cross up that looks like the same size. Very evil Millia mix coming out 6K, which is safe to YRC, but Lowell did cancel into a Fudo Arc, so Jikh gonna get out and actually get the corner as well. Artemis getting blocked this time, staying away. Nice stun edge. Using this track to get in with Fudo Arc, but it's not an awkward spacing. Couldn't let much pressure start and missed input on the bad moon. Didn't have meter for it anyway, so super risky play. Not gonna work out. Tap dust from Lowell. Good block from Jikh. Keeping the spacing, double jumping out. Really super hard to catch on those fuzzy jumps. One of the best jump out situations in the game. Oh no, RC off of the hair car. Cross up gonna catch once again. Third time's the charm. Jikh gets a 3-0 over Lowell.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
We're coming against Wild on the Geo. So gonna be a good set here. Both characters we have seen before, but neither of the players have shown up so far on stream tonight. So we're gonna see some new action.
It's true. And getting Geo into the corner already. This pressure is pretty hard for her to deal with, just based off of, like, it doesn't really have a lot of reversal options in this situation, but good stuff from Wild for waiting it out. Just the footsies into that 5H. You get the counter hit, side switch, but not going for it. Just going for the setup. Plus frames into that. Good cross sub. I mean, again, getting the whiff punish. Missing that dash 2S though. Might cost them. Dive kick to the bottom. Very big plus frames. No mix up off of that because YRC is going to prevent it. Oh no, disaster for Wild.
Yeah, but even situation, no player has 50 meter just yet, but oh man.
Oh.
Oh. Every time I see JH, I've never seen JH lose an interaction. Please someone show me a time JH has lost an interaction ever.
Why is it still active? They waited so long to 6P there and everything goes.
Listen, someone in that Strive balancing was like, yo, imagine, right? Hear me out. And everyone on board was like, yeah, run it. And here we are. This is what happens. when we forget that giving someone a fully active air normal it may not be the best when it's fully disjointed. But it's okay. Wild fighting back regardless. On a pixel of health and disrespecting the pressure. Nice CP, gonna bring us to a round 3 here. No player has burst, so the first hit is going to matter quite a lot. Big 6P, but not a full conversion. But hey, we get the plus frame, get that sword pressure started. Holding on to both, no rock, no sword. None of that, we're just gonna keep that nice and simple. JK gonna catch Wild pressing there, but Wild keeping that distance and coming in, cross up block. Overhead, RC, good blocks again, but calling out the rock, which actually would have whipped because of the IB. Good match from Wild here, good, but still, the pressure is not over just yet. Okay, we got in, finally using the enhanced flip kick there. DP to get that high-low situation off the RC. Another setup, here we go. PD plus again. Plus again. All right, waiter. Please, I request more plus frames, but not if you mess up the combo. Good match though, gonna get it out. Neko Overlord had that win, but again, drop on drop, a little spaghetti all over the dinner counter table. Not in any plate, just the dog is scrounging it up. And Wild gonna use their dog to get the game won.
Yeah, Neko Overlord a little bit too, dropping a little bit too much at the end, but also Wild was dropping like, dropping a little bit. So much scramble. And when it's Geo in scramble, like, yeah, she's gonna be definitely the one coming out on top most of the time, just because of her great movement and good normals, but good anti-air, going for that floaty jump. Wild has activated that gold burst in the beginning of the round as well, so burst coming at him, also being used by Neko Overlord. They've got Wild in the corner. Nice tech though. Dive kick plus frames. Very, very, very good. But Neko Overlord with that fuzzy jump out, mix up. Good block. IB on it with the backdash means that nothing happens afterwards. Neko Overlord taking so much damage off of that interaction, and the plus frames into instant overhead BRC.
Oh no, not again. No, Wild. There's no way you mess up again. All right, please. Because it's like I watched the same round back to back where Wild got a counter 5H full combo towards the corner, got it set up, got it to hit, missed the combo, got back thrown, and somehow won the round. But no, sir, the JH is still there. Neko Overlord stealing that round, but okay, there we go, using the DP to deal with that JH this time. Caught it right before it came out, but oh no, can't deal with another one. The flex shield on Wake Up doesn't work out, not quite the right punish though, and got very lucky there. Just, oh my god, the air dominance from Neko Overlord. Good match though from Wild, getting something started at long last here. Keeping the spacing, another JH, DRC to cover and punish. Now we're back on even burst situation. What a 2-1-4H. Try to use that 50 meter to cover for it, but Wild on the whip punish. All over it. Misses the setup again. Gets the floor back to the far slash. Gonna kill. Please don't drop. There we go. Let's go Wild. Gets that win on the round. Not the game. We're going to one more round here.
Yeah, Neko Overlord, I feel like they had a lot of chances there, so. And they're gonna be able to open them up in the corner. Meaty 2-on-4S into hard knockdown, no super, not even using Mortabato there to try to get something. Frame trap though, and then the RC to convert off of it. No burst for you, Wild. A little bit too late. A little bit too late for it to come back. And Neko Overlord evening us up at 1-1. Very, very scrambly. And usually, like I said, I feel like Gio's very good in those scrambles, but Neko Overlord keeping a little bit more control than Wild and coming out on top.
Yeah, no, listen, Gio is great in these scenarios, but you know what else is great? Ramlethal jump heavy slash. All right.
It's true.
It's true. Listen, here we go. Going into game number 3, will we see more of that disastrous button, or will Wild finally find a way to deal with it? Oh, no, it will be the former. It will be the former. The JH will connect, forcing out a burst from both sides here. Getting I'm literally like, every time that happens, like I lose a year off my lifespan. Like, it just hurts. Here we go. No super, just hype moments in aura, keeping the soft knockdown here. For Sword PRC, YRC from Wild, get out of that pressure. Please and thank you. Flip kick gonna connect. No meter to cover either, so that was super unsafe. 50 meter on the side of Neko, holding it though. Run up 6P, going back to neutral now.
Alright, 6H. Into the sword, pressure in the corner. 6P, but Racket not connecting off of that. But the trade giving Neko Overlord a distinct advantage in this situation and not blocking the overhead. Going up around Neko Overlord.
How dare you not stand up from full screen? Get him into overhead.
Why are you not respecting my full screen overhead? Come on.
Come on, Mike. You should know. Oh, why aren't you respecting my big fat foot? Hold this counter hit 5H into the super. Wild gonna fight back with one more interaction here. Using the meaty, did it? No reversal online for Neko Overlord, so has to respect this pressure, and the run up throw gonna seal the deal. Perfect from Wild. Once again, another round 3 in this set. Super back and forth so far.
Wow, just reapplying the plus frame so many times there. Just like, look at this, +3 into +3. Every single time. The JS to keep them in the corner as well. Red risk here, 2S, super counter hit. Gonna be immediately bursted. Yeah, the scaling on that, and maybe the meter gain would have been crazy, so I could totally see why they did that. Good blocks though from Wild here in the corner. Plus frames upon plus frames. They're being put in a very bad situation, but the counter hit close slash anti-air. Oh, but they don't.
No super?
No!
What? Wild, please, please.
Wild.
I cannot. My heart is beating on my chest. Please don't. There we go. All right. It's like the same round a third time where Wild gets a big counter hit, drops, and then gets back. Like, I don't know what is going on. It's like, is this scripted? What's going on? Yeah, hey, hold on. No collusion, please. There's no way. Like,
the one thing I could say is that, like, if you get counter hit close slash because I play Geo, counter hit close slash is definitely like counter hit close slash anti-air is one of her best things you'll ever see for her. Like, she can do anything, you know, side switch, do 75%. Like, there's so many things that you could do off of it, but I think it just Wild in the moment got a little bit overloaded by it. But they were still able to finish it off, and that's what's important. But Neko Overlord still in this as well. In the corner right now, nice XP. Not respecting that. I think you definitely don't want to, but speaking of not respecting that, Wild is also not respecting the pressure as well. Into the throw, plus frames here. So much respect again for Neko Overlord. Don't want to get counter hit in this situation. It's so hard to react to these throws right now. Super coming out. This might be it, and it is. Wild going on to set point right now over Neko Overlord.
Yeah, looking really strong, knowing that Neko is just only thinking about just whenever you're gonna jump JH and get out of this pressure. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there it is. Oh, got hit. I was like, oh. That charge does. Excuse me. Gonna connect. But what is this conversion?
Why did you do that?
S-Sword? Full combo again? 2-1-4H hard knockdown? Sword Super, is that safe with the RC? It is! Charge us again. Do it. Yeah!
Oh my god.
What a round! Neko Overlord, we're going to last round. One in a Krillian, showing why they're different here. Bully kills out the set.
Yeah, I mean, Neko Overlord, I think they still need one more game here, but they were looking solid to getting it, of course, until, you know, Wild gets that punish throw into the corner. Burst coming out from Neko, so this situation, they have to block into the corner. 2S catching the backdash, and they have that meter. Not going to kill just yet, but looking super good. Neko Overlord, 50 meter. They have to make perfect use of that right now. BRC gets the 2K. This should be solid OP and corner carry here from Neko Overlord. Yeah, now using that second sword. You don't want to use all your resources. YRC coming out from Wild, though.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Have one for you. I got one for you. Wild's going to close out the set with a tap dust.
Wild, Niersighted, like, they have so many good wins here.
Wow. So you win the set and then you get sent to Joe Brownie, aka the Grim Reaper, and he just like takes all your lunch money, the tax collector.
I don't think all of those people who were on stream necessarily won, but they were like still strong players, especially like WitchWay and Scissors. Those are really good wins to put yourself in a good position, but that's not who's on screen. Scarce versus GragonMonkey is on stream, and this is yet again another matchup. Pretty unusual to see. Bedman, one of the more underutilized characters is how I'd put it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Definitely a rare character. Always has been a rare character in Xers as well. He's unique in a way that no one else can match. But speaking of, that damage from GragonMonkey didn't get a full combo, so Scarce gets one more chance here. That JS vacuum coming in strong already. RC for the pressure, didn't get a full combo, but that pressure is very much alive with the error online. But a good JS from Gragon calling out that jump. Such a strong air option that Kai has. Now we get first blood.
Yeah, good active defense coming out from GragonMonkey, putting Scarce on the back foot and just like making sure that like no offense can be had, but offense will be had now. I mean, yeah, of course, until the DP happens. Wild Assault gonna put us in the corner. 2P mash will actually get Scarce right back out of the corner. Yet again, the DP on the pressure though, and the super on GragonMonkey's pressure. Both these players aren't holding anything.
Absolutely not. Here we go, stun dipper. Close touch gets whip punished by the JD. A very evil and despicable air stall from Scarce. JS not going to convert off the 2P, but that empty throw, that JS vacuum is quite evil. I'm sure we could all agree on this. But Scarce gonna improve to round 3. Here we go. Has no burst, but neither does Gragon. But has to be burst for the wall assault. Uses it. Sends the pressure. A little fake on the H. Not Sacred Edge. Almost said Sacred Edge, but Stun Edge. Gonna get disrespected. Scarce jumping out and getting that JS pressure started once again. That vacuum is online. No error though, so no way to continue without spending meter, but just goes in for the run-up throw. Backdash gets back thrown. Good knowledge. Just away from the JH. YRC away from the 5D. No overhead for you. Thank you very much. And JS again getting a crazy conversion. Could have got more, but the DP from Greg gonna get away and now start that high pressure going once again. Dire Flat finally finding its mark. That the question was not saving you because we're gonna flip right on in. Tap does blocked. So there we go. Somehow Scarce just finds their way out with the JS again here. 2K2D Fireball. Good far slash conversion. Now Greg gets a little more opportunity to close out the round, but 50 meter on the side of Bedman. It's tough.
Oh, they get the final hit. They find them low. They get the right movement option to find the opening, and that's gonna be Scarce taking that game 1 over GragonMonkey off of a very close first game. That was I think one of our longer game 1s for sure today already. These two playing it real close.
Yeah, absolutely. The Bedman 2H, just a really good button. Honestly, I like to call it the best worst backdash catcher, because certain matchups with like Nay, Bridget, Millia, the fast ones, they can get away from it really easy. But if you don't have that, or if Bedman is right next to you, he just JHC smacks you on the dome, you know what I'm saying, give you a little trim in your haircut, and like, sir, please get away from me. And Bedman's like, no thanks, I'm gonna drive on in with my 5 hitting low that I really need. By the way, I'm gonna get this pressure going. But Gragon getting out, using the wall stuff to get a nice little hard knockdown, but a back throw from Scarce, not afraid at all here.
Oh, good patience, able to get that punish. That was what I was looking for. That the 2H's are actually punishable on block, especially if there's no error. Like, you can go for that punishment. Alright, Red RC. Get that pressure, additional in the corner, no full combo. Good catch with the 5-framer.
But catching in the air. They tie Classic here, gonna get a nice hard knockdown. The charge stun edge pressure, good. I was in the air on the YRC, but didn't have any resulting pressure. Nice air stun edge to get the wall break. No meter, no hard knockdown, but we do have the meter to get that pressure going regardless. Fast RC of the food arc and the tap dust overhead into overhead. Delilah, get out of the way. Excuse me. Gragon getting this next round.
Yeah, opening up the second game. That round, trying to get themselves into this match right now. Okay, both playing the zoning game right now. Honestly, I think the errors are actually pretty strong for this kind of situation. But good anti-air close slash coming up from Gragon. You're going to get some additional pressure. Just walk up 5K is going to be the answer, because you'll be able to block the super if it comes out right now. Alright, hard knockdown, but not able to block the gold burst. Nice anti-air from GragonMonkey. This does this kill. This routing might mean it will kill the 5H into Wild Assault to kill GragonMonkey, putting it on the board.
Yes, shades of season 3.0. The white wall assault wall break, the wall assault wall break just gave me like a little bit of PTSD. You know what I'm saying? I had to relapse a bit. I was like, oh my god, are we back? Are we back at 3.0? But no, just use it for the kill. Good stuff from GragonMonkey. Like you said, a great route to close out using the full extent of that buffed shock state to get a nice little DP conversion. Get that max distance 5H for that wall splat. Bedman being a big body definitely helps with that as well. That larger hitbox is going to hurt them in that situation. But we're going into game 3. We're even on the score, so it'll count either player out just yet.
Duel 1.
Alright. Switching the song as well to the Bedman song, I see.
Scarce trying to see the circle, finds it with the JS as well. Get into soft knockdown rather than projectile OP. Gonna be safe from the DP if we so choose to block. There we go, Scarce going back to the zoning. Again, that is the Bedman pattern, right? You want to set up a fireball, start jumping back with the zoning, and wait for that air to automatically pop off so you can run right on behind it for some plus frames. But Gragon aware of that jump. Like I said, aware of that jump. Gets that anti-air with the Fudo Arc and forcing the burst out nice and early here.
And now both players, no burst available, so Scarce has to use that 2P to get out of the corner. Actually super effective. Matches in this game have been really, really good for both players with that 6P. That 6P is going to be super important. Oh no! What
Reverse.
I don't even understand. I don't even know if I've seen that in this game before. Where
I don't know
it went the wrong direction, right?
There are certain situations where that happens. Like the most notorious character with that is Bridget. A lot of times she'll get close slash the wrong direction depending on how the combo hit with Millia. But I don't know what's going on with Kai today. But he seems to be a little buggy. I don't know if he didn't get enough sleep, was on the smaller side of the bed. But our Kais today have been getting the most unfortunate button interactions. And it's going to cost you the round here as Scarce is going to go up 2-1. Gets the soft knockdown pressure. 2D going to catch whatever GragonMonkey was going for there. Get the air pressure again. And now has the corner.
It's so bad for him. Like, GragonMonkey just stuck in this corner right now. Like, they cannot get out. They cannot get out. And then the meter comes back. They get thrown in this situation. So that means that they're back to 50 meters. Scarce can keep them in that block string. Oh, good catch. Good movement here from Scarce, like always keeping them in the corner, just making them use that DP and punishing them for doing it.
The Bedman win condition, ladies and gentlemen. No more interaction. I put you in the corner. I start throwing everything at you on the screen. I'm saying Delilah's trying to save you, but she's not going to help you, all right? I'm a weapon of mass destruction. I've got bombs, needles, lasers, plus frames out the wazoo. All right, and you're not getting out. If you think you're gonna get out, I've got a JS ready for you, primed and waiting with your name on it. I've got projectiles. I got 5H, a massive disjoint with huge coverage and certain minus on block RPO situations. So it's just once that Bedman gets the corner, especially if Bedman has a meter, it is like so hard to get out consistently. If you don't have that magic knowledge, nowhere to the flex shield or YRC. It's tough, so Scarce will move on to 2-1, sorry. Has no burst, so GragonMonkey can get a little more aggressive here and gets it back thrown again. A little bit of deja vu there as well. Pun intended.
Yeah, lots of deja vu happens with the character of Bedman. Oh, good 2P match. I don't know what the option was there that the delayed match is actually working out so well. But either way, gonna be plus frames. Yeah, you can't backdash in this situation. GragonMonkey not able to get the wall break, but keeps control of the situation. No 50 meter to get the hard knockdown, but very low health. Oh, we're just going for it. Beyblade in. And put the 5P to A tier. GragonMonkey trying to take us to a game 5 situation. Scarce still with that burst resource. Will be back in this round. So able to find that far slash into the 2H. In the corner. Big counter hit conversion, but no hard knockdown.
The meter advantage gonna work out here. Didn't quite get the air pop off at the right time, so lost a bit of pressure there, a little plus frames, but you have 100 meter, and you are Bedman, and your opponent is in the corner, and they are not FDing as well. You gotta do something. Gragon still finds their way out with the 6P, but you going right back in the corner, good sir. Get tucked in for bed. Man, bar slash. Gonna put Scarce on a set point situation. Gragon has to fight back here and now, or it is all over for the set. Going back to the JS and the zoning strategy once again, but a good jump, double jumping over all of that and getting a punch with the JH. Gragon can now get started and use the Wild Assault to cover over that deflect shield, even though we got the hit. And there goes Sacred Edge, gonna connect fully this time. Hard knockdown with shock fit as well. Shimmy action with the big 2P from Scarce. Big, literally, really one of the best 2Ps in terms of range. Good bomb in. JS not going to get hit by it this time. Going back to the zoning and now working away with the laser rather. Goes in for the plus frames, but now Gragon is finding the way out the corner. Good movement in the air has been the name of this set, in this round actually. Gragon be able to move around, but Scarce back in once again. No meter, but 100 on the side of Gragon can use it, and does for the Ride the Lightning to get through that zoning. RC to cover as well. It gets punished by the JP regardless. The air stall worked out in favor of Scarce. One more hit, and that'll do it. If we don't drop, oh, we do!
It does. PRC tries to bait out the throw. So close right now, GragonMonkey with a chance with the 2P mash. The 2P mashers have been so important this set, and it's gonna let Scarce get the 3-1 victory over Gragon.
To play right now, you know what I'm saying? All the Rams feeling inspired by their GOAT, Red Ditto. Want to make him proud. Here we go, nice start for Botan.
Yeah, good pressure here at the beginning. You know, these are two characters that have been really looking up in the meta right now. Just both super strong against most characters. Wow, that is a interesting jump into work there, but you don't really get a lot off of it. Nice throw, just making sure that they don't get those cross-ups for free. Botan not really able to get much going until they find that far slash counter hit. And yeah, it is go time right now. No super coming out from Darian. Respecting the pressure. Nice far slash. Yeah, and then you RC to get the win there. Whoever got that last hit would have just RC to the win. So good stuff to Darian.
Another DP baited. Darian really on top of these Leo options. Has thrown multiple run-throughs, multiple Dwights, and these DPs are going to cost Botan half of their health here. Safe jumps in, goes for the throw. Now we got 50 meter to work with as well. Goes for empty low as a meaty, but didn't quite connect. So now both has a chance, but again on point against these white cross-ups. Throwing each and every one. Bar slash confirming into the Daro, but not quite a confirm. RC for one more mix-up. Our Botan are we blocking? Yes, we are. Gets thrown. And Darian going to be up 1-0 now.
Darian with so much strike throw pressure in the corner. Like once they're in the corner, Botan is like really afraid to do something. Usually because they're probably looking for some form of delayed flash kick in those situations. And Darian's just like, yeah, but I'm just gonna throw you. Like because you're scared in the corner. So good stuff to them, but we'll see if Botan puts up a little bit more proactive defense to not be put in those situations. Oh, good check. The 2K.
There you go, forcing the burst out early from Darian, not wanting to hold the Piccolo at home offense. That is Leo back turn. Here we go. Anji sword for the overhead. Gets blocked this time. Was aware. Here we go. Now the Eyes of Storm into the back turn. Pressure low, mid, low. Gonna catch Darian standing up here. Watch your toes. H into the parry there. Wanted to play a little bit cheesy. But Darian keeping the patience. He gets a nice punish into a full screen conversion. Was flats off the far hit at 2-1-4H. And gets another one for their trouble. PRC on the sword. The classic Ram situation in neutral. Dominating fashion. Gets into the corner. Not but much damage. So Botan has another chance. It's a throw, which is monumental as Leo. This is going to be tough. Yeah, I'm sorry. Leo gets going. You're not blocking, bro.
The only way that you like don't have to get there is if you pick up super, but it's always a risk. Like even if they're in back turn, you just don't know what's gonna happen if they're gonna parry in that situation. So don't entirely blame Darian in that situation. Good, as you say, sending Botan to the corner, making them block a little bit. That far slash hit, but they weren't able to find it fully. That 2K trying to check after the PRC, and yeah, just trying to block the movement. 2S gonna prevent them from hitting anything in the super to finish it off. Darian takes another round.
Well, Darian looking very strong. Botan has had the offense, but Darian has had it pretty much everywhere else here. Keeping the Ram neutral that is we all know and love very much to get this offense going, but a good DP from Botan. Now has a health lead and a massive 2D. You're not going to get hit by that if you are guarding Leo. Good block from Darian though, but gets caught by the low mid-low again. Looking for that heavy as the overhead, but Botan not showing it, keeping the lows alive. Looking for a safe jab. No, just looks for anything, just keeping it safe, keeping it chill. Don't want to get mortal bottled, but that's going to mean that Darian has another chance to get out. Uses the pokes as well for a nice conversion here. We're going for the full thing. Soft knockdown, but both has a 100 meter. BRC from Leo is such a strong situation. Doesn't use it though. Still has it 100, and there we go. White. Baiting the burst. No!
They didn't bait it. They didn't bait it. Oh, but that PRC, a wasted 50 meter. Oh, but Botan has no meter now too, so stuck in the corner. 1 health in a dream for Darian, and just the far slash 5H series to finish it off. Good stuff. I mean, Botan picking up a game, dropping a little bit, but still looking pretty clean in the end, able to keep composure and still pick up a game win.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting a little stronger now. They're a little more comfortable. Now that they're 1 game in, 2 games in now. So now we're even on the score. This next game will be very, very important for the momentum of this set. Darian showing that they're not necessarily getting overwhelmed per se, but it's just been a matter of Botan finally getting on offense. They're beating at the defense in most of the round. Just that one chance on offense. Botan's been taking that inch and going a mile. So Darian's going to be up to that defense to keep this set in their favor here. Daro into the conversion. Photo bottle for the hard knockdown. Safe jump is online. No meter for a mix-up immediately, but can build that very fast, but Botan not letting it happen. Big DP. 2D goes unpunished. Very tough miss there, but the throw RC pulls it out, but a big drop. Botan's back in again. This is what I was talking about. Botan gets that one chance. It's gonna get ugly. Okay, but good blocks from Darian this time. Avoids the pressure and gets a punish on the jump in. Empty low. Darian looking good now.
Yeah, Darian, good job not dropping that, because that was like not looking good for a second there. But speaking of not looking good, it's not looking good for you now. So Darian, you gotta go for the burst. Both players, no burst now. Health lead, they're firmly in Botan's camp, but they are fighting out of the corner. Nice XP to prevent that far slash from working. No throw on the cross up, so it's gonna be a Leo City right now. Just a JD to end it, to do the minimum amount of hits for that burst meter. All right, no advantage here really. Both players don't really have their burst yet, and it's gonna be Botan taking such big advantage. Reflect shield not being effective in that situation.
Yeah, Ram, one of the best characters at ignoring the flex shield because of how plus swords are on block. It's a big hit on the far side, but again, 2 drops in a row. Gonna keep Botan in it with a good amount of meter as well, but both players with Darian with 100, Botan with 50, gambles on the DP once again, but Darian was more than ready, keeping it calm with the bait and going up 2-1 with that punish.
Yeah, the flash kick just not working out in that situation. One risk too many for Botan. Puts Darian in that driver's seat and looks really good. I mean, if things go like that last round, I feel like Darian definitely has the advantage, but Botan always, I feel like they've been able to surprise a little bit in terms of like getting very early momentum, doing some things you might not expect.
Right, no, it's definitely been a bit of a pattern with just these rounds have been playing out. But Darian, in the end, was a little stronger on offense despite being caught a lot on defense. But I will say, honestly, when Darian has been put on defense, they're doing a good job of blocking most if not all of the overheads, right, from Leo's back turn. Have been punishing. Nice IB, got the punish. Botan can bait that as Leo, not a guaranteed punish, but will catch a lot of immediate button presses though. So Darian getting a hard knockdown now, resetting the offense once again. Ram Sword gonna not be affected by any sort of DP pressure. Tapos gets blocked and punished. Now Botan's on the offense again. Good block on the overhead. Nice patience.
Nice
anti-air. That back turn P. Great anti-air. Another, there we go, reset the situation again off that back turn S. Such a disjointed button. It's nuts, right? So Botan, nice conversion. Gonna be back in this set with one more round win to bring it to a game 5, but not if Darian gets started with that /5H, 2 and 4H, the quick conversion, keeping that wall assault as well. Doesn't want to spend it just yet. Burst is super important, especially when you're down a round. Darian, knowing this, gonna get the conversion without spending any of that burst. 50 meter for the hard knockdown. Really strong situation as well. Goes with the fake jump into the throw. Perfect round from Darian, trying to close out this set right here and now.
Yeah, and now we're in an interesting situation. Darian could be closing out the set, and that is a good sign. Finally, the 2D being punished means that they'll be able to put Botan in the corner. They do have to spend their burst in this situation. Flash kick to get out of it. Botan also has burst, so it's going to be Botan bursting now. Oh, 2D a little bit too far away, I think, for Darian to full punish, but they do find a big conversion in this situation. So much meter on deck right now for Dorian, and they're going to get even more from this positive bonus. Just JD trying to not get caught by these fuzzy jump backs. But good 5K. This should be it if they get enough meter. They did get enough meters. So little health left on Botan, but still in the realm.
Counter hit 2D, that is exactly what we want to see as Botan, but 100 meter from Darian finally gets baited by the parry. DP baited, super baited as well. I can't even keep up. The projectile, so that's gonna punish. And the win.
Oh my god.
What a storm steamroll with that back turn. Use it to bait out a super call out a mash with the parry, and then call out another projectile with a projectile of Leo's own in that stall Warble. Gonna put Botan back as the set. We're going to 2-2 game 5. Just throwing the kitchen sink at Darian now, and Darian could not keep up. It's just a little bit of the unexpected, right? Darian has just been ready for certain options, but Botan threw everything else in that situation. So now we got one more game. Can Botan keep it up, or will Darian finish things off? Only one way to find out.
Yeah. Both players trying to like get their offense going. Darian's the one who strikes first. Overhead in the corner. Gets that super hard knockdown. So now you have to block this. Blocking overhead. Botan forced in the corner. Getting thrown as well. And this should be it. Yeah. They do the routing correctly to get the wall break perfect. But first back here for Botan.
Oh, nice counter 5H. Big punish as well, but missing the combo. So Botan didn't even have to burst there to get out. So now Botan has another chance. You don't want to give these to them. 2S5H. Almost got a conversion off that 2K as well, but there we go. Just using the back turn to play neutral now. Mixing things up. The RC on the flip kick. Gonna get a hit as well. Big conversion here. Not a full kill or wall break. No, but one more mix up. Jumping out is Botan, but got caught low. Watch them toes. Darian closing things out. 3-2. What a set.
Yeah, that was a crazy set. Game 5, you know, Darian or the latter portion will be, but yeah, it's actually King Koa versus WitchWay. Both on the A.B.A. Yeah.
My bad. I knew it wasn't A.B.A. and A.B.A. made it.
It is true. I think Juno might have made it. Okay, lots of jealousy meter here for King Koa, but they're getting stuck in the mix. WitchWay going for that strike throw pressure.
Here we go. WitchWay with the positive bonus. Getting started with the fake out MLA overhead with the PRC, but King Koa not falling for that. Another mix up from WitchWay. Empty low gonna hit into the HCL 5H. Reset it with a note. Empty low. No, we're gonna YRC out. No, thank you. Just getting the 5H with the pushback into the Jealous Rage. And now all of a sudden the turns have tabled. Full combo here for King Koa. Key grab to reset the Jealous Rage in a neutral wall break situation. WitchWay with the meter, but King Koa is quite mad. She's quite jealous. Don't want to run into her, but you avoid the 2S with the dive kick as WitchWay and get a throw punish as well. JD gonna counter hit, but now King Koa bursts with no Jealous Rage left. So you're forced out of that situation, and now you got to rely on a well-timed parry to get that back. Got it. So now has 50 meters to use for the YRC. Gambling on that little bit of Jealous Rage and finds a hit too. Key grabs to keep it alive. Popping back up. Yep, here we go. WitchWay jumping away to bait it out. And oh no! Not only did King Koa get the hit, but the hit stop lets King Koa not only uninstall safely, but safely from the burst. So King Koa getting that first round.
Yeah, good first round for King Koa. Able to close that out. But they're in trouble right now. It's going to be WitchWay's pressure back in neutral. Good backdash from WitchWay. And good, oh my god, that actually worked as an anti-air. Full meter online right now. So gonna be able to go for that meter. Oh, missing up the combo, dropping it, and this is not the kind of character you want to do that against because the pressure can be infinite, but good opening coming out from WitchWay and gonna send us to that third round.
Yep, here we go. King Koa just sitting back on defense. WitchWay's had good starts for both these first rounds. But it's up to King Koa to have good defense as well. But King Koa getting more aggressive, baiting out the deflection, but no mistimed the 5H punish. That would have been massive, but we're still going to be a good start here. Rekka 2 for the knockdown. No hard knockdown though. But gives you 50 for the key super. Really tough situation. Now you're minus 48. And the low is going to connect. Just easy confirm into the Rage super. Smack, smack. I will see you the next game. King Koa. Perfect for the 1-0.
Yeah, perfect damage. Like, so much damage there at the end to spare for King Koa. So good closeout for them. But WitchWay, I mean, they put around on the board. They've been showing that they can do it. So I'm curious what will be the answer for them in game 2. Maybe trying to get a little bit more aggressive in these situations. Keep them locked down you know, A.B.A, not one of those characters known for their amazing defense. But as always, you have to be careful because you know, any activation of that meter can always be dangerous.
Yeah, no, A.B.A, one of the few characters in this game that I can say honestly can win from just really good defense, because she's really good reward from a successful mash or back throw. Like, you do not want this character to get out of your pressure because it might cost you the entire round. So here we go, WitchWay getting a good start here. Good chunk of health gone and a hard knockdown as well, but KingKoa has resources, but gets caught by the empty low. Sneaky little mix there from WitchWay, gonna get another wall break scenario, and almost another 50 meter for this next mix up on the positive bonus. So KingKoa, even though despite having 100 meter, is gonna have a hard time getting out. Super PRC, just to guarantee your way out of the pressure, even though it was blocked. But now WitchWay has a huge neutral advantage because KingKoa did not build that Jealous Rage, and he does though on that HCL, but not on the note. Got caught thinking a little too much there about what to do. Was trying to find a spot to pop that Jealous Rage, WitchWay not allowing it though. But a hop kick for a JS trade, gonna be starting off our round number 2.
Yeah, nice 236k there. Not a lot of Jealous Rage meter, and WitchWay gonna catch them going in here. So plus range, nice just block, but not good enough for a mash out. Nice 5T, baits out the super, but look how far it is. Oh, they get the punish with MLA, forcing out that burst from KingKoa.
Go. Then that Jealous Rage pressure started, baited out a throw. So throw there is the intention to beat more than one Danzai in a row, because despite how active Danzai is, there is a brief window. If you can get it right before the timer comes up, you can throw her. So WitchWay looking for the call on the double, but KingKoa just chilling up in the air, coming down with JH, one of the best air normals in the game in terms of reward on hit, and a 6P, well timed from KingKoa, gonna bring us to round 3.
And good reaction from them on the 6P, playing really, really safe as well on the ground, not taking too many risks by trying to meet them up in the air. Decent enough activation here, but honestly, WitchWay just kind of running away and making it really hard for them to get offense started. So now stuck in the corner, getting wall stuck. WitchWay getting that positive bonus. Oh, great parry on that far slash, and able to bait the burst as well. Perfect activation time as well, because they get this hard knockdown. WitchWay 100 meter PRC to try to get the air throw, but it's activated A.B.A. So good luck with that air-to-air. Oh my god. I don't know if the damage is going to be gigantic here, but this should still be enough to kill. Oh.
One hit away from that extra bit of Jealous Rage being enough to get the damage, and now WitchWay gets another chance, forcing the burst out, but we're swinging the key, and that will bring KingKoa to a 2-0 lead in this set. A close one almost, but honestly, just KingKoa again showing exactly what I mean about this matchup, right? The WitchWay has had really good offensive sequences, but the closeouts, right? It's where KingKoa gets that one mash that's correct, that one anti-air on a 6P, the one read into A.B.A offense, and then all of a sudden KingKoa won the game.
Yeah, you cannot let KingKoa get started. Just one of those people that, like, it doesn't matter their health bar, sometimes they can just come back, okay? Tried to do some round start parry there, yeah, you can't. Tried to mash after the 236k. Both players no burst. In that Jealous Rage, finally have it go down. So it's gonna be WitchWay's turn maybe go on the offense, but good 6P coming out from KingKoa.
Nice, using the fast RC uninstall to reset the situation and get more bar on the way back too as well. Again, building up that Jealous Rage more and more. Has a hard knockdown for one more mix up. Here we go. Looking for a throw bait or any kind of bait here. WitchWay not giving it, but the back dash gonna get caught afterwards by that JS. KingKoa off to a good start.
It's hard to get out of there because, like, when she's in Jealous Rage mode, those air normals are just so big and fast. So good conversion from WitchWay. Still some meter on KingKoa's side here, so you have to be careful. But you see WitchWay trying to play a little bit more patiently neutral, but that is going to get them caught with this big conversion coming out from KingKoa.
Yeah, massive conversion here. Again, using the key grab to reset the Jealous Rage a little more. But WitchWay has 100 meter, uses 50 for the BRC, and the other 50 for the super. And it was actually plus because it was on air block. So it was able to get the guard cushion and avoid a punish. Really strange RPA situation because Danzai's always the threat, right? You can't get the guaranteed super. So, WitchWay really gambled, but now Kinko got bursted on with just enough gels for to uninstall and reinstall again, gambling on that little bit that's left. Backdash gets caught by the 2D, and WitchWay will be closing out this round with a 2S HCL. WitchWay is still in it if we get one more round here, with Kinko just one round away from closing the set off themselves.
Yeah, WitchWay has to play this round pretty perfectly. Oh, that was actually minus. I'm surprised they pressed after that, but WitchWay just enforcing their offense right now super well and able to catch them pressing stuff. This is really doing really well for them, and they have the super to get the hard knockdown in this situation.
Good chunk of damage as well. Ooh, forcing out the burst from Kinko, but a YOLO MLA PRC and the super right after. I am not going to let you get anything started, said WitchWay. This round is mine. 2-1 on the set count. WitchWay just barely holding on. Really chaotic couple of rounds there with both players just sending it at each other, right? WitchWay getting really aggressive.
Yeah, WitchWay able to put themselves in a good position to maybe get to that game 5. Oh, King Koa! I didn't know. I forgot you played this character.
Yeah, this is the character King Koa switches to when they're tired of like gambling, and they just want to have nice, stable situations. I mean, Axel doesn't have he doesn't have the overhead low offense that A.B.A has, but you have that dominance in neutral, especially against a character who lacks a proper dash block in Eno. It can get really tough for WitchWay to be consistent at getting around Axel's buttons. But I guess the switch here was just so we're going to rely on our neutral and our Axel zoning to just deal with the matchup rather than the play.
Throw into the corner.
Oh, no! It didn't block the first hit, so the close slash punish had to be manually timed and was a little late and got hit. And now WitchWay getting a full punish HCL for the tumble and the conversion up to 6H. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is a serious uh-oh situation. You switch characters, but momentum is actually in WitchWay's corner right here. King Koa in trouble, able to catch that jump back as well, keep them in the corner. Nice JH. We're able to keep themselves in this round. A lot of risk right now on WitchWay right now. They counter hit. Look at that, very solid damage, and able to catch them backdashing in the corner.
Yeah, Kinko just locking down WitchWay. Like I said, that was the goal with the Axel switch. But if WitchWay gets in, it's going to be even harder to get out as Axel, but slowly pushing WitchWay away with these buttons. Bar slash 2B, is he going to connect? But jumping over and going under the 6K is WitchWay dodging and weaving through the pressure. And 2K going to connect for a soft knockdown. Kinko with the meter advantage has BRC online. We're going to use it jumping forward. Air throw gets tagged. Stroke and HCL PRC with the dive kick. Didn't quite connect the way he wanted it to, and that's not gonna end it though, because we're going into round 3. What a crazy set of interactions though. WitchWay just throwing everything and has to get in it right here, right now. Forcing the burst out early for Kinko. That's exactly what we want to see as WitchWay, because now if we get in again as Kinko has no way out.
True, but first you have to get in, and in this situation, WitchWay not having a great time doing that. The 5P checks coming out from Kinko are just too good. And then look at this mid-range. Eno really can't fight quickly in these ranges. All right, good chemical love, but yet again, just getting caught. Rainwater to end it into the close slash. Good closeout from Kinko. It was getting close, but you were able to close it out 3-1.
We have Lurie coming in, made it through the top 8 after the late entrance, going up against Jikh. Here we go, Apology Hombre, Apology Brother. Going in and getting a nice command grab to start right off the bat. Exactly what we see here. Oh, what a setup! Use the timing of that string to set up a Scarecrow mix on the Afro Pop. I've never seen that. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was so hard to see too. That was a very, very visually hard mix-up. And speaking of mix-ups here, yeah, you have to block all the mix-ups that come with Afro. And Jikh, not a lot of help to do that or to gamble in that situation. So it's going to be a Lurie round 1 win. Okay, good block on the cross-up. Jikh going for the Artemis as well. I love how Lurie's playing this neutral here, playing pretty patiently until they can get those items items up, not trying to bump with too many of these buttons. Oh, good check.
Yeah, Jikh gonna get him with a JH though, start that pressure, but nice. Delur using a very little, but honestly, little well-known setup now to get around Millia disc pressure. I didn't want to spoil it for y'all until I saw it, but the deflectional S ignores the initial left-right on a H disc in most situations. But wow, Jikh using Linger as an anti-air, and it actually works, but the Afro was still on you that entire time. All Larry had to do was put a little bit of fire, a little bit of gasoline on it to take that first game.
Yeah, I feel like Larry was just playing that so well. And then at the end, I like that Jikh was being more aggressive despite having the Afro on, but unfortunately the fuzzy jump just smoked them in the end.
Duel 1.
Here we go, game number 2. How will Jikh adjust to the bag, man? Far slash catching nice and early on that jump. And now burst is gone off the bat, less than 10 seconds in from Jikh, but has the corner now. And there we go, counter Artemis, not converting into the 5K that Jikh wanted, so no hard knockdown. Larry gets another chance to get out and uses the burst to do so. But a 2K 2D, will the minion, oh, not supposed to say the minions, the trumpet, will that set up something? Not quite, but Peter set up a bit of a double high-low. Larry blocked most of it, but got caught by the throw. But a fuzzy jump JD is gonna get Larry out.
Oh, good anti-air on the Bad Moon. 50-meter on Jikh's side, but they weren't able to utilize it in the Bad Moon situation. YRC coming out from Jikh, trying to take the turn back and secure this round, but Larry, Larry getting caught. Jikh going for the cross-up yet again. Good catch on the backdash and the 2H counter hit. Be pretty big. Going for the mix-up. Good blocks, though, from Jikh.
And the throw as well. Jikh surviving that last mix-up, and it proved to be worthy of getting the round as well. One more round with even the score out at 1-1 here. Wow, okay, Larry crawling under the disc. I was wondering, like, where is the block? Like, spark animation is not there because homie was just limboing under that thing. Jikh tried to get some pressure going and couldn't because of how that crawl interaction worked. And now Larry gets a big combo here for what Faust does. And a 6H wall break going to bring us to a new situation. Jikh with the burst advantage, but Larry with the positive bonus going to have 50 meter for some sort of mix-up real soon. Matter of fact, it can be right now unless Jikh bursts out.
Okay, they're trying to catch them back at neutral. Good jump back into the dive kick. Okay, PRC, but auto-correcting with that far slash. The minions are summoned, and it disrupts Jikh's combo.
Yeah, the throw actually, well, the trumpet actually messed up the timing, and honestly, Larry, but the thing about Faust is, right, mini Faust and trumpet are like a second burst, if you will, right? It forces you to change your routing, and if you don't have the right move to use to get around those two options as items, your route is dead, and now Faust is plus. So that is going to be how Larry evens out this round count and possibly gets this next game as well if Jikh doesn't find another way in. Trumpet is on deck again, but Jikh going to take it and hopefully use it properly. JS, this is another JS air daring, catching that love all the way from the top of the screen. Get 2D, and then, oh my, the air dash gets the empty low. The cross up finally going to connect as well. Going back to the mid-screen for another mix-up. Left, right, off the turbo ball. Gonna go same side. Left, right again. Got the cross-up and the septum voices. Mixing Larry out of his socks, and Jikh evening out the score to 1-1.
I feel like Jikh is so good at applying these mix-ups like over and over again. Every time they get someone in that, like, in their offense situation, they catch someone, they're always just so good at looping it. And that last round was just like the perfect example of that. So Jikh taking that game too, sending us, we got a set in our hands, most would say.
Yeah, no, absolutely here. Jikh using the 6P, using 2K, just moving everywhere but directly forward, and baited Delur to use 2P to stop a run-up bar slash, but Jikh jumping over that, forcing the burst out from Larry at half health as well, running straight in with the far slash, because Larry went for an item throw off the bat, but against a fast character like Millia, that might be risky because she can pull distance so fast, so despite you getting an item, no matter what it is, it better be a hammer or a mini Faust, because if not, Jikh is getting in, but it's actually Lurie on the offensive here with that bomb. Niersighted up with the Scarecrow teleport, 2K2D, and Jikh is out off of the jump. Millia is such a strong character at jumping out of the corner, right? If you don't have the preparations ready to stop that option immediately, she's gone. And Jikh uses that to get that first round.
Yeah, it's true. Whether on the air or on the ground, she can escape those situations pretty well in comparison to other characters. But no Oki on this wall break situation means it's back to neutral. You do have a big health advantage, but Lurie is trying to evaporate that with the counter hit 2H. Good anti-air with the 2S. That's a call out anti-air. Full combo into item super chaos, exploding things. This is the things that you do not want as Millia. It's still their turn. You spent 50 in the corner for Lurie to get their turn back anyway. Good jump out though. You don't take all that pressure and you get the punish.
A cross up using the TK Turbo Fall at the last second to sneak that win out. Lurie was not ready. And you're gonna have to pay the price. Jikh, after being what seemed to be behind, is now up 2-1.
Yeah, a lot of momentum I feel like going in their favor. And in that match, like they weren't able to like enforce their offense as well as like game 2. It's like they didn't get in those situations, but they showed that like even in the neutral situations, they're able to properly call out Lurie and not let them get any of that foul shenanigans going. So let's see what happens in game 4.
Yep, here we go. We're gonna start with a massive 5-inch Jikh, terrified of what was to come after, getting rid of that combo with the burst right away. Lurie holding on to these 5-inches a lot more. Adds a bit of input on that hold-in-one, I'd assume. So Artemis gonna catch, but another plus range throw is gonna work out too as well. Resetting and Lurie using the burst, not want to hold any more. Comboing off of the banana.
That's crazy. The scaling is so terrible off of that, but just wall break into positive is so good for a character like Faust, so that you'll take it. All right, wake up super PRC, trying to go for the air throw. Good air movement though from Jikh, able to actually take advantage and not let Lurie get that hit. Oh, but the backdash getting caught. 1 health in a dream right now from Lurie. They're trying to get that mix up.
On the Kenshin Sink, Item Super is out, but Jikh avoided. Oh my bad! You did not avoid all of it because Mini Faust was on the return trip from his trip to Europe, came all the way in from downtown YRC from Lurie to get one more offensive sequence. Jikh tried to take advantage of the Afro, but it went away off of that bomb, after that bomb bag. /2H not going to connect as a true combo, so Jikh has one more chance to win the neutral here. Both players playing it safe. Bomb is on the stage, and Jikh getting scared, runs straight into that scalpel of a JH. Lurie looking to fight back into the set.
Yeah, Lurie, great job on that round. Just rescuing it from the jaws of defeat, but Jikh yet again trying to submit themselves at the beginning of this round as a dominant force, getting that first wall break, and here's where the offense starts for them. Not blocking that cross up. All right, waiting for that burst, not baiting it at the end. Lurie still confident that they're going to be able to get this round, and I mean, with that opening, you can kind of see why.
Yep, absolutely using the super for the hard knockdown, break in the shins. Millia did not like that. Did a decent chunk, hard knockdown as well. What will we do with it? Just run straight up and call out the fuzzy backdash with the 2K. Great option to stop those types of movements, and a J2K on reaction to the hair car into the full combo with the weight as well. What a conversion, but Jikh is still alive on 100 meter, uses 50 for the 8 Essence PRC. Is we have to kill one more RC? Does Millia got that in there? No, not quite, and now Lurie with the 100 meter uses none of it and just goes in for a Scarecrow. RC hat does PRC into the low. What a round, Lurie evening it out 2-2.
Yeah, block that, guys. Try blocking that. That was the brain crusher.
Can I get a 1 in the chat if you got hit, please and thank you.
Yeah, seriously. 1 in the chat if you got hit by that.
I got hit like 6 times. Can I put a 6? But here we go. Game number 5. All the mixes have been put on the table. But can we keep it up? Who's going to keep the momentum? Big 6P from Jikh looking for that 5H and gets it. as well. JP to air. Lurie forced the burst. Yep, doesn't want that positive moves to come out, but gets a donut at their item throw. So Jikh just runs right back in with that Millia speed. R/2K empty low. Nice situation. 50 meters for the neutral advantage as well, forcing Lurie to back off.
Yeah, sometimes you burst and your opponent gets a donut for you bursting. And yeah, that's gonna be end of the round. Oh, near perfect there for Jikh. Great look, trying to close out this set right now. They don't want to let Lurie back into this game right now. All right, finds the J2K. Good, but good 2P match. It's gonna be a big situation, and Jikh gets the opening. Big opening here for Jikh. Oh, wait. Oh, the 5P!
Good check on the love here, but an anti-air 2S is going to be great for Lurie. A hero burst from Jikh. Didn't have any meters to enforce anything, but Lurie did. Going to get a double mix. Jay, close slash rather to catch. Jikh jumping, cross up to K. Going to catch the movement as well. Going right back into the corner. Trumpet is coming, and Lurie gets it with the plus freeze on the air block. Mix. And the throw going to come out just before the trumpet. And we are going to last round here. The round start has been really crucial. Who's going to win it? Lurie backing off.
Yeah, Lurie is willing to try to take some space here and get an item thrown, but they're actually kind of stuck in the corner right now. Jikh trying to find their way to an opening, but Lurie is actually kind of just defending the corner here. And there, Mini Faust activates, and it's going to be Lurie trying to pressure there.
Yeah, Lurie playing a bit of tower defense here, but Jikh finally made their way in, but the blue also gets called out and thrown. Lurie with a huge advantage here. Close slash gonna hit me and catch Jikh moving. You got a block. Super for the hard knockdown. Then do a decent chunk as well. Not the biggest damaging super, but the hard knock does more than valuable as Faust. You can set up whatever you want here as long as you're lucky enough. But we might just go in for another 2K. We showed that last time. No, 5P as well. 5H into blue also tap. Dust. Gonna do it again for Lurie. Closing out, what a great set in losers 3-2, removing Jikh from the top 8 run. Lurie moves on.
Yeah, very clean in that last round.
But you're going against the Executioner, the deadly one, Walter, off of a win at Texas Showdown. Finally showing their face here on stream with the Millia. Can Joe Brownie keep up their slaying streak? Or is Walter going to be moving to winners finals? Only one way to find out. Can Joe Brownie catch Walter?
Good question. These are two, like, of the lesser played characters, so I'm kind of curious. Well, I say lesser played. They're a little bit more rare because of they're more like set play focused, but these two playing against each other especially is definitely something that oh,
what interaction there.
Yeah, that was an interesting anti-air. Like having the hold minion anti-air there was very nice, but getting Walter into the corner, catching them low as well, lots of plus range and guaranteed kill off of that charge 5D. Joe Brownie takes that round 1.
Yeah, really clean first round, keeping Walter in check from approaching in the air. Like, again, running with the minion above Jacko's head and using that as like, hey, please get away from me. Don't come above me at all. 2 minions on the screen, but both going to the other side. Walter just clearing over both of them. And now Walter's turn to get that offense started. H-Disc is online. JS is blocked, but not the throw. One more mix-up off of this again. JH again. Now you're holding that 50-meter pressure. It is so tough to get around that. Walter going to use that JH to bring us to round 3.
Yeah, very dominant round. Like I mean, you saw it there at the beginning too. Catching Joe Brownie, doing a lot of crouch blocking, which against Millia can be dangerous in those neutral situations when she can jump in on you so quickly. Oh, double overhead into that RC. So gonna be positive bonus here for Walter.
Here we go, but Joe Brownie has the 50-meter to work with, but gets caught baiting out the minion shield above her head. Walter's spacing out just right, but the minion didn't get killed by the RC. There's one just outside of the blast radius and came in with an attack, but little too late. Walter had that health lead, which is going to play aggressive until something stuck and got it. Walter taking game 1.
Yeah, not as not a dominant round 1, but those rounds 2 and 3 were like that they're winning. Like you could feel Walter starting to churn out the Jacko knowledge and being like, all right, this is how I should be approaching this. This is how I should be keeping them oppressed. And Joe Browning just not able to come out on top. Nice whiff punish at that round start.
Yeah, of course, using that hair card to cover some distance there, but 3 minions coming in from behind. You're not going to take that light. You did a good chunk of damage, and the 2D counter is forcing the burst. You do not want to hold that combo at all here, but a counter bar slash. Again, Walter playing the neutral extremely aggressive, not wanting to let Joe Brownie set anything up, because the more minions that are on the screen, the harder it is to get around them, but using the JH active frame extension from the minion hit to counter that 5H trade. And now Joe Brownie's a little bit stuck here, has 2 minions on the screen though, 1 now, bar slash to keep out. But again, Walter killing both minions at the same time with the JH, a really active button. It uses the same side to catch Joe Brownie lacking. Walter being really good neutral now. It's going to be up 1 round here.
Yeah, and this advantage, they're just going to extend. These round starts have not been going well for Joe Brownie. Just not able to keep Walter off of them. Because like these are up close encounters. They're blocking some of this pressure, but they're at such a big disadvantage. Like even that 1 hit kind of puts them in a bad position right now. All right, Reflect Shield trying to get some additional space, setting up the minions, but I feel like Walter's been doing a pretty good job of eliminating those minions. Good blocks, the 2P mash into super. Yeah, always a threat, and Walter going up 2-0, 1 game away from that winner's finals.
Yeah, absolutely. Walter using that combination of Millia's 4-framer and 2P along with her jump. Just make it really tough for Joe Brownie to cover both. You honestly kind of can't. You have to commit really hard to beating one or the other, or the other will catch you, or Millia's out, or she gets confirmed like that we saw in this game number 2 to put Walter at a 2-0 lead. Joe Brownie not doing too bad on offense or defense. It's just a matter of that neutral, right? If a character like Millia, like I mentioned even in the previous middle sets we watched, if a character like Millia is not letting you set up or play, as you can clearly see here, Millia is going to win because her offense is a lot harder to deal with when she gets rolling compared to most.
It's true. And the same can technically be true, I think, of Jacko in the right situation here, but it's just like these neutral wins are just elusive for Joe Brownie. I mean, there they got the minions set up, and they have 2 in this situation. Plus frames are going right now into that 5D connection. This is exactly what Joe Brownie wants. They don't want the wall break. They just want you in this corner on those plus frames, but the pressure has ended. Didn't have enough energy left in that minion to keep going, and oh, look at this. Just a perfect equalizer for Walter, going side to side and getting a hard knockdown.
Yeah, being very aggressive here, using the 6H's, both a throw bait and a backdash catcher. And again, 2P countering, not letting Joe Brownie set up whatsoever. It was despite that RC. Walter on set point here. Joe Brownie can't find the answer again. IDing straight into that minion. Joe Brownie can't run away despite Jacko's ability to do so. Is now stuck dealing with Millia positive bonus.
Yeah, Millia positive bonus is always a threat up close. Like, Millia doesn't normally have that meter to do stuff, but when she does, she gets the combo extensions that almost get the kill. Joe Brownie has to make the comeback right now. It has to start here if they want to stay on the winner's side. But yeah, counter slash will be the start of the end.
Yeah, nice close slash pickup with that confirm, and that will be the end of the set. Only one way to find out.
Whoa. So, pink Baiken is Dayman, and Udongin is that black Baiken. Alright, good conversion to the corner. They don't get the full one. JH not fully comboing, so parry right after. Oh, okay. Not sure what's happening there, but big plus frames for Udongin. Parry on the rope. Both these players playing off of it so well. But Udongin is going to be the one coming out on top of this situation.
The reverse parry from Dayman to get out of that situation. But the parry, again, parry on parry. No one can keep offense for more than like 3 seconds. But there we go, 2D confirming it into the super, not giving Udongin the chance to burst. And Dayman getting first blood.
Yeah, the big thing is that you can use the Tommy to sort of disrupt the parry at certain ranges as well, to make sure that you won't fall into that pressure trap of maybe trying to press into her and getting parried. Okay, big damage here for Unongi. What's the mix-up?
Overhead to S to H, catching the window in which Unongi is looking for that guard cancel burst to check for the RC to check for the burst, and the super to close out the round. No, I don't think so. Yeah, well, pixel of health left for Damon here, and gets thrown.
Yeah. Calling out that parry very, very definitively, making sure that they know that like, it is dangerous in neutral to do that. And like that is an important part of the matchup. So it's interesting that they're showing that they know how to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh wow, 5-feet lift and the other 5-feet connect, but Damon end up getting the Oki instead. Misinputs the Yozansen, but goes for another one anyway. But good 6P and a good awareness on the combo with the tether as well. Donkey making the absolute most out of that anti-air and getting a wall break for it.
Now we're back to even, but Unongi with the meter here in the corner is gonna let them close out game 1. Going to Unongi.
Good first game, setting the tone early. Both players extremely aggressive with their parries, with their ropes, everything getting thrown at each other. But the consistency and especially the conversion ability of Unongi on these hits that really counted was what got them this first game. So honestly, nothing really that stands out with either player's playstyle. It's just a matter of who got the bigger hit, and that was Unongi for that first game. But will things change in the second?
Well, we'll see. Oh, big committal 2H, no punish on it from Unongi, but you can see Dayman trying to try out some new things there. No full connection on the Escabari, but the next one will. Oh, this is going to be a nice combo for them. Into the mix in the corner. Oh, they're not going to do it, but they are going to do parry, and the dash cancel parry just working out really, really well. Unongi. Oh, okay, Escabari of their own, trying to be plus in that situation. Good punish on the jump in JH, and they get a jump in JH of their own.
Absolutely here. Okay, Kabari, double Kabari conversion into the empty JP, taking out the cross up. Yozansen for real this time. Baiting out the super as well. Facing it out just enough to get a proper punish. Okay, managing RC, yep. No burst from the side of Unongi, just gonna hold on to it. It was their father's burst, carried down through generations. You will not give it up so easily. Here we go.
Yeah. I mean, keeping it for this round does seem to be a really nice thing for them. They're not going to need to use it though right now. Look at this damage and pressure coming after them. Dash cancel, nice tech.
Yeah, guard. Oh, whoa! What a surprise, Yozansen. I definitely got hit by that too. Double overhead gonna hit off the JS Yozansen and get a full combo because it was in the corner. Unongi with the perfect, again, making the absolute most out of every hit and mix-up they get here. Nice conversion. Drops it and goes for another H-Kabar. Not sure how intentional that was. Escobar, both players going for a JH, trying to show off a bit of their Ramlethal on them.
Yeah, like it is like that next button right after Ram JH. Oh, you know, speak of it, it is Shell of Fear. Good wall break situation. Doesn't have meter to actually get the hard knockdown or extra damage in this situation. They're gonna get whip punished. Nice call out, but Dayman still with the burst.
Oh, tried to air dash over for possible punish, but didn't press anything out of fear of maybe a wrong conversion, or maybe I don't know what. I'm not too sure how sure they were with that ID, but Unongi was sure of that JP, and that's what got them that win. We're at 2-0 now, looking to close out the set. Hasn't been too dominant on either side. It's just, again, these conversions just really hurt. Damon has to get bigger hits and bigger conversions if they want to keep up with Unongi's damage output.
Yeah, I totally agree. The optimalness of the conversions and then into the Oki just being so effective. Nice punish, knowing that the 6K is -4, but parry on the Oki. Okay, dash cancel. A lot of things happening right now. Nice block on the mix, but not gonna not get hit by the backdash. Words.
Yeah. Baiken's such a high-paced character. It's hard to keep up. But here we go, early burst from Udongi, didn't want to hold that air-to-air route. Escabari online, but a guard cancel into Yozansen. Saw a bit of that from Udongi themselves, but parrying the JH into Yozansen. Another parry! Will we get a third? Do it, do it, do it.
I was gonna say, yeah, Baiken players, you think you're gonna parry? Oh no, he's winning out on top. Both of them were going for the JS explosion. It hit them, and Dayman forced to block here at the corner. They have the 50-meter, but will they be able to survive to use it right now? It's not looking good. 50-meter on deck for Udongi, and they're not even gonna have to use it. Good conversion off of that, and Udongi on set point right now.
Udongi again, keeping those hits strong and firm, getting everything they can. Escabari whiffs, JD rather whiffs, but so Damon's out of the corner. Tommy gonna answer, but got traded with that JS. Far slash for far slash. Going button for button here, but we have the same buttons. Nice triple JP into the Yozansen, hitting at the very tip there. Damon probably wasn't expecting it to connect from that range. And now 6 Ps, it's Tommy. Escabari set up, but both parries, oh my goodness.
And then just the Yozansen to end it. Yeah, that was a crazy game 3.
We're in the color 16, a color you don't see often from most players, honestly. But I think it works on Jacko.
Yeah, I like how it looks. I like this color more than the color they were working with before. And King Koa doing a great job of eliminating those minions and getting their offense started, honestly. But good call out on the backdash from Joe Brownie, but they are going to get thrown into that RC. Immediately going to activate to try to get some pressure going, but oh yeah, only one hit there. Not able to convert in normal mode in that situation.
Yeah, Joe Brownie running all the way away, but A.B.A normal mode did not chase Jacko easily. Honestly, with how this matchup goes, it's going to be up to King Koa to land very good parries and build up the meter so that they can use it to the best of their ability while also putting all the minion chaos going on. And there we go. Speaking of, goes right past that minion command. It throws Jacko and gets the OTG as well. King Koa on top of it. There we go, another big parry, and the Kiske are going to catch the backdash in the 5H that Joe Brownie had went for there. The Jealous Rage has a lot to work with, so can be patient if they choose to, but nah, we're going to jump right in with that chase and force the burst. Running in again for the throw. Yo, I'm not letting you set up anything. Excuse me. He's in the key grab in the air for the plus frames. It goes in for a fuzzy MTTK to catch the fuzzy jump. But no conversion, though. Joe Brownie's out.
Yeah, but they do have full Jealous Rage and a big health lead. But they, oh my, that's a great opening for Joe Brownie. Okay, activating the super PRC to get more space, but they're still gonna have to fight the mix-up. Joe Brownie on disadvantage right now. Still a little bit more to go on the meter, and King Koa's gonna find the overhead to close it out. Game 1, a closer round 2, but still King Koa in control.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Joe Brownie getting a little more comfortable. It's a little too late, though. King Koa just getting the big damage. And again, that's another story of a character that's really fast. When A.B.A's mad, she's really, really fast. So it's getting hard for Joe Brownie to set up the minions the way they want to as comfortably. While A.B.A doesn't have Jealous Rage active, it's a lot easier for Joe Brownie to control the screen, but the more projectiles you throw at A.B.A, the more chances you give her to either parry them or go around them with movement. So you don't want to build up that meter either, so eventually you have to go in. That's the beauty of A.B.A in this game. You have to interact with her eventually, as most characters. But a good bar slash counter is going to get Joe Brownie started with the fake jump as well. There we go, Jacko Pressure finally getting started, but the knees ran out of juice there. But just in time for that bar slash to connect to an RC and a super as well to close out the first round. No, not quite.
Yeah, more guts to go for King Koa. So just going to be a hard knockdown setup. I like the dashes in Joe from King Koa. Just always being super effective. You get this mix going right now, and yeah, gonna have to uninstall and then go right back into it to get more meter. A lot of meter still for Joe Brownie, but they're gonna get caught in the counter hit here. You might have to burst. Oh, I think you're gonna die for that.
Absolutely dead. Bonk, bonk. See you later, but that's the thing. King Koa had the meter to also bait a burst as well, so Joe Brownie just gonna take that round and rather go into a round dead with burst and without. So honestly, fair enough. Didn't have too much to set up either, but now we got minions on the screen early. But look at the Jealous Rage from King Koa already most of the way there. Cheeky 5D didn't quite connect. A.B.A's 5D is tiny, for those who don't know. It is really, really small, which is honestly, I mean, she has overhead. She don't need it. There we go, nice J8. Joe Brownie going to keep the pressure going. It's 100 meter as well for the stage jump. 2K2 getting catch from Koa, not blocking, but the super is evaded by the stage jump. Really good setup from Joe Brownie. I've never seen that before. I didn't know stage.
Yeah, good heads up play from Joe Brownie, and able to hit all of the minions right into King Koa to get through all of that guts. Alright, a round apiece. King Koa, no burst online quite yet, and big pressure coming out from all those minions right now. I love the control Joe Brownie's trying to exude right now. Oh, and they even catch them trying to dash in. No activation, and trying to dash in means it's a lot harder to get stuff done.
Yeah, absolutely. All of the Jealous Rage that King Koa had built from pairing the minions paid off. Had a ton of Jealous Rage to work with. Went for the burst bait, but let go block a second early. So Joe Brownie got out when they honestly shouldn't have. But the full route off of the... Is that confirmed to keep route? No, not quite. That would have been an insane route there. It was a really tough situation given that the Jealous Rage was running out. So King Koa went for an air route since he could only uninstall on the ground. But just enough to survive is Joe Brownie keeping the corner, but a wire receiver from King Koa going to get a little bit of Jealous Rage to gamble with right here and now. Back guys just away from the over, but gets caught. No meters to convert. No Jealous Rage OBG either. Goes in for a J for a throw bait, but the wire off the flex shield that has been misinput. No, for him.
Yeah, I was probably supposed to be a BRC because the wire you already reflect shielded, so you definitely don't want to also do wire receive right after it. Definitely a misinput coming out from Joe Brownie, and it's costing them because a 2-0 lead against such a crazy character for like A.B.A means that like robbery can always, like, even if you're up, like robbery can happen. You want to have stability in these rounds. You don't want to have to think about like having to come back in this position, but you're definitely going to have to. Good round start from King Koa though. Lots of meter online already. Stuck in the corner. Lots of plus frames. Rekka 2, good punish, but King Koa is going to keep up the pressure.
Absolutely cashing out with the meter and the Jealous Rage as well to bait out the burst and get a 2K Rekka punish rather. Further hard knockdown and a little bit of Jealous meter as well. Getting a little fancy with the mix up to normal mode. Didn't quite get anything out of it though, so Joe's going to get out, and King Koa, unless he make a big play, good on install, forces a -10 situation. Now Joe Brownie gets the offense going. 2K2D minions for the setup, backs up for some spacing, doesn't want King Koa to mash out of anything, and there we go, gets that minion hit as King Koa jumps. But nothing major though. Return the pressure goes for a throw, setting up, get as much for these games as possible. That was a lot. Jacko could really make a throw hurt, and the 5-inch counter are going to connect. Capture the impatience from King Koa. Can't block forever. And the losing driver going to put Joe Brownie one step closer to getting back into the set.
Yeah, this is where it has to start. It's long and arduous, especially against a character like A.B.A, but that was a very well-needed round. But King Koa striking back almost immediately. Lots of Jealous Rage within them. They're going to activate that super to get the mix-up at the beginning of the round. Going for the low. And yeah, this is going to kill. Has that super online.
Yeah, so Joe Brownie had the right idea to jump and block the projectile to the key super, because it makes A.B.A a little less plus, but due to the distance, A.B.A was able to close it right away because it wasn't too far away, so running in with the 2K2D caught Joe Brownie trying to act afterwards. Still a bit of an RPS situation even if you block it in the air, and King Koa knowing he's got a full punish and gets away from that throw as well. Super unfortunate for Joe Brownie, but now you're on the back against A.B.A with a full stick of butter. Misinputs the super though,
oh,
so you
no.
get like an extra second to interact, but you let A.B.A install. You don't want to see that. A.B.A with 100 meter, anything can happen, and the overhead will seal out this set 3-0 for King Koa.
Yeah, King Koa just playing really, really well within that set. Alright. And yeah, the next one, I love the song that they always choose. Flurry. a good round start with these far slashes. You're able to get your pressure started. They're trying not to overextend too much here. Just slowly walking them to the corner and using these items to keep them there. Oh, and that's a baited parry. Max damage punish coming out from Lurie.
Yeah, big 5H counter at 2, maxing out the damage. Super as well, trying to crank out as much reward as you can. Stout's not the highest damage character, but definitely Kanuki with the right setup. So got the positive bonus situation, hard knockdown, builds a meter for what could be anything here. Scarecrow PRC, the classic, but parrying a guard canceling rather through the 3-hitting 2K on reaction. So good matchup awareness there as Dayman, but Lurie 2Ping to keep Dayman away from the trumpet that they probably want to pick up there. Nice. Oh, that was
no.
Go, my son, hold down the neutral. Despite the weird conversion, bringing it back to a neutral situation where Dayman could fight back, the mini Faust gonna hold it down and put Lurie up around here as we get that scalpel pull and forcing the burst out nice and early as well.
Big patience here from Dayman. They're trying not to overextend here in neutral, especially with these items rolling. You just gotta be careful. But they're getting walked to the corner. They even get comboed by the bomb. Nice aids here coming up from Dayman. Both players getting comboed by the bomb, but the mini Faust coming in clutch. Okay.
Super PRC, the DPRC that never left. Gonna get Lurie our game 1 here, avoiding that 2K of a bunch of crazy interaction with these items. Again, using the bomb to combo off that 6H from full screen. Having the mini Faust come in out of nowhere once again to prevent Dayman from getting any type of conversion off of that Yozansen. And just using, again, every resource to the max here. That's what you gotta do as Lurie if you want to get this set as Faust over Baiken. But Dayman not out of it by any means, keeping it close, playing it patient, but we haven't really got to see that classic Baiken steamroll yet. Hasn't been able to start the offense to the, oh, excuse me, throw has been applied. I now take everything back because the offense has begun, forcing the burst out from Lurie after half the health is taken away, but another parry call by the 5H, forcing the burst out on the other end. And now all of a sudden, Golf looking to put Faust in a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, the whiff punish on Kabari, like, that is so good. It's stuck in the corner here. The situation, oh my god, but the throw. Oh no, he tripped over the banana! Dayman was so close to taking the advantage there, but Lurie is just on top of things right now. 5D RC has the minions to even guarantee more damage if he needed to. That's going to be round 1 of game 2 for him.
Imagine a world where you throw someone and you are the one that got hard knocked down. That is the world that Dayman is living in after running straight into the banana, where he's eating the banana and holding it out. So honestly, they're making the most out of all these items being super clutch in a lot of situations. Using the flex shield on the JH to avoid the 50-50 coming right afterwards, but blocks the next one without it. Blocks another one too with the RC. Lurie on top of it. Dayman can't get anything started using the RC.
Yeah.
Another conversion here. Hard knockdown the Nixus mix. It's the Afro, not too bad. Bananas on the field as well, controlling the ground space. And now the JH for the air. The bomb is right on top of Dayman as well. Dayman cannot move with his minion on the minion house and the Afro pop. Aura farming, just hyping aura moments. Going right over, but Dayman blocking all of that. We're chilling. Throw gets jumped around, and Dixie gets whip punished as well. Lurie just on top of every option. Dayman could not get in with this bomb coming right behind you. JP to stay burst safe, but Dayman not falling for it and survives as a result. Good patience, but the 2H clipping the ankle.
Lurie, why are you, like, that is some god, like, just not letting them play the game at all, like, ever. After a certain time period, like, that neutral is just hell. The items are just so hard for Baiken to deal with in that situation. Dayman not able to get in.
Duel 1.
But let's see if Lurie can keep that up in this game 3 right now. Because Dayman is on the offense. Oh, but that aggressive defense with the parry is going to get called out. And the no hard knockdown on this wall break. But, I mean, look at this lead. And the momentum right now for Lurie is palpable.
Yeah, using the item set up the meter here. there. Didn't get the cross to hit, but made it a parry once again. Bayman has shown that they're not afraid to go for the parry. Bluebery has not once shown that they're afraid to bait it. And getting the wall break right off of that last hit of Nix, putting Lurie on set point here. Dayman has to get in, has to make things work if we want to see a comeback, but a fight is going to connect with Annie and put Lurie in another good position.
Sets up the bomb in the corner. He can't really go too aggressive here because of the bomb. Tries to get the anti-air with the golf club. Good jump in though from Dayman. Oh, but immediate fight back from Lurie into the super.
Yeah, no, another hard knockdown here. No resources right away, but can set up an item if we so choose. Just go straight in for a caught a back show. Oh, there was so much going on there, but you gotta drop the Okay, you know what I'm saying. When you drop and you do that last hit, why not go for the cross up? Where are you gonna win 3-0 there? Just having the right options to make advantage of your character to kill Walter and send them to losers finals. Only one way to do so. Good 6P from Walter to set the tone nice and early here.
Yeah, just remind them not to use that kind of block string. No burst online anymore for Udongin. Against Millia, that's you're not playing a high health character. Like that's definitely not the kind of thing I think you should be going for. But regardless, Walter will have an advantage situation in the corner. No safe side, right?
Yeah. So what happens there? Super messed up. So obviously Millia has the turbo fall into the corner steal. We've seen the classic over and over again. But it's technically reactable if you're really locked in and looking for it. So what happens is if the Millia player has a feeling that's what you're doing, they go for turbo fall after the go for catapult after the turbo fall, and that cancels it into a same side. So you just got hit because you made a correct reaction. So it's really tough.
Oh. when you guess wrong for reacting,
don't react.
Big damage.
Play on instinct here, but big damage from Udongin. Gonna have a hard knockdown as well for that classic Baiken Oki we all know and hate. Here we go, going in for the JHH into the Yozansen, but a good match. Really great stuff from Walter. Cross up into the Bad Moon. Everyone in the chat got hit. I know you all did. Into the cross up. Counter it, close slash, beating Udongin, going for either match or parry if they parried the wrong way. And that's going to put Walter up 1-0. Clean game.
Yeah, Walter looking real nice today. Taking that first game, but I know Udongin's gonna have more to show us today, so we'll see if they're able to put themselves in this set in game 2, or if it continues to look like the Walter show.
Definitely the Walter show, the deadly one, putting their name, their sponsorship to full effect here. Getting a nice ID to go over the twist and punish it and catch the match with another ID for the slump cross up, forcing the burst, but it was an offensive one in terms of positioning. So Udongin has the corner, but Walter again not afraid to just jump on out with Millia, but gets caught anyway with that metered pressure. But no full conversion. Udongin, a player we've seen have really solid and consistent conversions, missed a hard knockdown chance there. So Walter's going to be right on out here, using the JV to catch an attempt at a fuzzy block. Really good awareness.
Yeah, nice parry, but the throw coming out from the Kabari. Good jump out, noticing the fake Oki. 2K2D, real 50-50, no full conversion, but the 2K after the hit doesn't come in, allows Walter to go up around again.
Yeah, here we go. Once again, Walter getting that corner pressure going. The JD gonna catch the missed time on the block again from Udongin. Walter in a fantastic spot, just Artemising away the bait the approach, and does so. Just gonna play as passive as possible. JHJD, RC for the burst bait, and the throw OTG hair car will take it the game instead. Walter just having a good time, not even seeming threatened in the slightest here. Playing super clean and well so far in this set. Udongin can't find an answer so far.
Yeah, I don't even think Walter had to use their burst that game, like at all. Like Walter, one game away from going to grand finals today. Looks like they're looking like the strongest player, but will Udon be able to stop them? Maybe come out with that reverse 3-0. Good air there. Loving that JK finding them high up in the air, but oh, Capel, high up Capel to prevent that from happening.
There we go, good wall break from Walter as well, but the BRC, who don't have the resource advantage to get off and started right before Walter does, but again, not afraid to mash on the Kabari RPS on block, using the 2P to get a counter hit and a full conversion as well, chunking Udonkin's health away, and the super is going to be more than enough to take this round. But Walter in a winning position for this entire set to go straight to winner's grands.
Yeah, the thing about H Kabari is that it's really not that threatening on block normally. Like, especially when they don't have a meter. Like, yes, it does make you block and scam frame trap you, but a lot of times, like, the way that Walter's been punishing it is just like, it just shows that they know. Nice parry. Knew that Walter was going to press something after that. This round is looking so good for Udonkin to take.
Up the Kabari follow up, the classic 2D gonna catch Walter moving away from that stance on that crouch block, and Udonkin one round away from being back into the set. No burst on Walter's half as well, so if you get that first hit, it's gonna be really good for you. Nice, gets the close slash air hit as well. That's exactly what I want to see. All of a sudden, Walter's already at near half health. Kabari get back over here with the S version. Double over gets blocked, and a fuzzy jump from Walter gonna avoid that rest of that situation. But a Yozansen out of nowhere gonna catch Walter to ID conversion, but misses the conversion with the JS. Yozansen had the round there, but okay. We're chilling because we got Escabari backdash VRC, a setup I've seen quite a bit in recent days from the Baikens. Covers a ton of options from the opponent, so just playing it safe. Saw the throw ahead all day to react and gets that punish. Udonkin back in the set at 2-1.
Yeah, we got a set in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. This is looking a lot better. Udonkin getting their off whenever they're getting their offense going in that last game are just looking superb. So let's see if Walter can stop it. And okay, immediately just gonna force out that burst. Good patience from both players. They're waiting to be able to prevent that approach. Oh, great find with the Yozansen cross up. All right, and the Yozansen again. Oh my god, Walter not blocking the overheads here, and only one health, only one interaction away from taking the round, but Udonkin's gonna have to block this mix. Oh, no disc, but still going for it. Trying to bait out the timings here of these parries. PRC to PRC, and that's gonna be a 50-50 guess, and Udonkin guesses wrong. Walter on set point.
Playing well, a little scrambly there, a bit of spaghetti on the floor, but Walter managed to pick it up and put it back on his plate here. Udonkin on the back foot, spends 50 meters for that blue wall assault, but Walter backdashing away, nice and safe, getting away. But again, Walter using the FD to force out that space Kabari RPS on block, and is mashed every time. Udonkin hasn't shown that they're willing to go for that follow-up, so Walter keeps getting out every time, but 50 meter on the side of Udonkin. Doesn't matter though, because Walter gets that late hit JS. Gonna get a cross-up conversion into not a wall break, but a reset. After the reset, but wire team from Udonkin gonna get out and get a Kabari too in the backdash chase as Kabari keeps the pressure up. To Zombie Gaishi going on in, but empty low from the JH finally representing that option, catching Walter blocking high. Oh my god, Shades of Ram coming out from Baiken once more. 5B for the wall stick and the super for the wall break. Should be enough with Millia's low health. Yes, indeed. We're going to one more round here. Walter to close it out. Udonkin to survive.
Yeah, Udonkin only needs that one more round to send us to a Game 5 situation and make us even. But Walter, they want to close it out here. They're going really aggressive. Frame trap into that bar slash counter hit. They bait out the parry. No parry for Udonkin. They didn't go for the early meaty. So Walter just looking very good to take this round. Oh, that double low.
and beats the gold burst. No correct punishes -2, but you keep the offense and the RC after blocking the 50-50 into one more 50-50. Had a 25% chance of blocking that. Unfortunately, has to keep out with the items right. But King Koa, again, as A.B.A, you have the parry, and if Faust gets the wrong item at the wrong time, and King Koa just happens to be a little bit jealous, it's gonna turn south.
I totally agree with that. Okay, fuzzy jump with the Afro on their head. Is that they're back in the corner? Afro explodes in a very weird way, and King Koa getting throw loops SF6 style in the corner.
That's good situation off the wall break. No hard knockdown, so we're back to neutral, but we're with a massive resource advantage, not taking any risk. Actually waited for the Jealous Rage pop and popped the super on reaction, but it didn't even work out, and now your burst is gone despite having a massive health lead, forcing A.B.A to uninstall, and yeah, no, the threat of the little man coming behind, you don't want to move, and Lurie knowing that gets the throw. So no burst, but we got the round, so worth, I'd say.
Oh, for sure. Like you will take that trade every day of the week. Winning that round is very important. You will get your burst back. So, oh, that's not a good trade for King Koa. They're trying to get in this situation. They're trying to save some meter. But it is very hard against these long normals. Wake up super. Just gonna go right into Jealous Rage off that super as well. Spending 50 meter to get into the right position. Oh, good catch on the backdash though from Lurie.
Yeah, put 2 bombs out, doing another one to prevent King Koa from moving right away off that Jealous Rage pop, using Love to air stall and ran straight into the bomb bag. So now King Koa is fresh out of Jealous Rage, not feeling very angry anymore, and the tap dust again gonna do it for Lurie here. Not enough to kill, but a great position again, has the health lead. King Koa does have 50 meter and uses it for the BRC, but runs straight into Das Boot. 5K 2D, getting Lurie the first game.
Yeah, Faust very, very good in that kind of situation against a character who doesn't have the biggest mash normals to really deal with stuff like that. Like you want to, if you're King Koa there, you're just trying to get a little bit more Jealous Rage meter, even on block, in order to get back into that game. But Lurie, too much control. We'll see what they bring to this game too, though.
Oh, 5H for 5H, and Faust is going to win that one. But going right back in with the Jealous Rage 5H this time, but runs straight into a bomb and a hammer and a golf club, and all of a sudden you're not feeling so mad anymore. Lurie with the neutral advantage, but a JH going to give King Koa a little more offense, but not enough to get anything started. Oh, I take that back. Now we're a little more angry, got a little bit of bar back, but Lurie just keeping the peep out, sitting camping in the corner, and it's going to work out. Oh, looking for the parry, but ducks under the 5H with the crawl. So now Lurie has one more opportunity to offense. 5D couldn't connect once again, walking up slowly, looking for a fuzzy. And there we go, got the backdash on reactions of Blue Assault, but Lurie had charged it and caught it for the kill.
And good stuff for them. Taking another advantage in game 2. About the same on those resources. Nice 2D round start coming out from Lurie, calling out whatever King Koa is trying to do. So much neutral in the corner. Oh, but you're going to activate Mini Faust. Oh, it goes right through them. Good timing there for King Koa, but not great timing for them on the mix-up. Lurie able to find them and keep control. Wake up super, though. Gotta activate yet again.
We're really mad right now, but used most of it to get in. So yeah, you're forced to uninstall if you want to keep any real pressure going. But that being said, Lurie gonna teleport PRC right out of there, but backdashing away from the Afro is King Koa, but still gets it lit on fire. We're just walking back and forth, looking for the 5D, doesn't quite get it though, as King Koa comes down and punishes with the landing, or even kill. So for Jealous Rage, up 5AK6, which doesn't work though. Mess up, but a jump in JS. I mean, we've got those all day. King Koa gonna even up the rounds despite the drop. We're going to one more round here. Popping the Jealous Rage right off the bat, willing to gamble it all on the first interaction. Gets the hard knockdown, goes for the JD, but Lurie ready and answers with 2K. Charles will also again into the throw here, already in the corner with after all.
Yeah, this is big pressure in the corner. Able to get that instant overhead into a knockdown, and you can just play at this range. What can King Koa do about it? Oh, in the corner. No, not enough meter to get the super, but Kinko is going to opt to burst anyway. They don't want to take the risk of dying in the corner. Okay. Good blocks, but no meter now for Kinko. A good parry.
Oh, the JH, the jumping A.B.A gonna work out here. Close slash connecting on counter hit. Catching Larry mashing on wake up. Trading for a full combo. And now you're a hard knockdown away from losing this game here. Goes for the throw, but gets it with the ID back. JS might have been looking for a gold burst as well, but wasn't ready for the proper punish. And Lurie scaring Kinkoa into a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, that crawl just coming in so clutch at the end. I feel like Kinkoa is really close. Like, was really close in that game to taking it. It was just like very small things that are catching them up. And a 2-0 lead for Lurie could spell disaster for Kinkoa.
Yeah, the beauty of the Feaster family character, it's really good when you're ahead, but it's really bad when you're behind. But there we go, counter JS and the T grab is how he turns things around. Oh, the 2K going right over the 2P, getting a counter at 5H countering as well. RC to just get a little more time to avoid the bomb. Yes, we do, and gets the key grab as well for some extra juice going into this wall break. No knockdown, so we're both to neutral, but the far slash from Lurie going to keep that distance. Another 5P, 6P conversion into mix. Playing really good keep out against this A.B.A and Ghost Rage, and gets a command grab as well. You're going to run out of Gel Bridge. Yeah, no more angry. Jumping right over that super as well. Gets the bait, mix again. The Afro is still on and no longer with that pop. What situational awareness from Lurie here, just keeping the advantage, keeping Kinkoa from getting anything started, and if you can't do that as A.B.A, you're not gonna win. Lurie getting this round here is now on set point.
Yeah, Lurie triumphant right now. Kinkoa looking for that final thing that they need to do to maybe take a game in this set. But right now, Lurie is just so good at catching all these approaches. Oh no, the wall break not working out for them. This could be Kinkoa's chance.
Gets the backdash with the 2K, really good spot, goes for the over it again. Lurie mashing on wake up, not gonna be, oh, but there we go, the item super to cover as much green as possible, forcing Kinkoa to uninstall and stay passive. Again, Lurie just really good at dealing with this Gels Rage, but not as you can, oh no, Kinkoa tried to kick away the bomb, but got punished as a result, so Lurie's out once again. Mini foul split, godsend item you want to see, insert the Hungry Box crying gift, because this bet might just be over, but no, the burst from Kinkoa for staying alive a little longer. PRC off of the slide to get some space, trying to look for a far slash and jumps over, but runs straight into the 5K one more time. Lurie 3-0ing their way through this set in dominant fashion. Good stuff.
Yeah, good recognition on the anti-air, getting that standing 5K.
Get to Lurie or Udongin. Only one way to find out. As we get this next round started here. Backdash away, both players playing passive. Lurie getting 2 scalpel pulls off, but Udongin not getting hit by either one. But there we go, just doing the crawl to get away from Kabari as well. Lurie just keeping away from all these options, but missed times to air dash in, and now Udongin is the one on offense in the corner as well, doing the 5Ps to catch the mash on the 6K and force the burst out nice and early.
Yeah, not having that burst means that, like, hey, this Oki is for free against Lurie. I mean, these situations are a lot harder for Lurie to get out of, and yeah, 6H to end it, actually going right through the guts there. And that's the first round for Udongin, and good round start for round 2 as well.
Yeah, using 2S to catch what I believe was a J2K attempt from Lurie there. Got caught straight out of that hurt box, and using the blue also to convert into the Afro. Can we comment from that? Not quite. So Udongin's out, using the blue also to get in. 5Ps, trying to BRC for some setup here, but Lurie finds their way out. Banana Oki is on deck, forced to block it, but Udongin jumps their way out. Pressure wasn't too strong as a result. PRC to keep it going. 5S, 5X, 6H got hit by the overhead at the last second there, and a 6P from the top rope. You are not coming down, Baiken. Lurie with a good anti-air, going to push to round 3.
Yeah, and now that we're in round 3, it's Udongin with a slight advantage on the burst, going to use that for the Wild Assault, trying to spend those resources to get those openings, and it's working out right now in the corner. 50-meter PRC, Lurie tries to 6P, but a little bit mistimed. Udonkin, oh, getting crawled under, but still in control. Good fight back from Lurie, but still a big hill to climb.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing the keep out game isn't as effective when you're behind, because you do have to get in as fouls if you want to make some sort of comeback health-wise. So Udonkin just sitting back and looks for the opportunity, gets it with the IDJS, and the Tatami guys are gonna chip Lurie out in the end, bro. Forgot to FD. Lurie caught not FDing Tatami. This is just unfortunate.
It happens. I understand, but when you have 1 health, there's a lot of things that you need to think about. And FD happens to be one of them. But it's a new game and a new day for Lurie. Let's see if they can play this one better. Udonkin, I feel like just so much control. Just calling them out a lot for doing anything.
Yeah, absolutely. The keep out strategies from Lurie that work so well on Bayman, not as effective on Udonkin, because Udonkin's more willing to just chill out and let that happen. And as a result, keeps finding opportunity after opportunity to get their offense started. The Tatami into the reversal to keep that going. Escabari online and throw baits with the JH for massive damage here. This should be enough to kill.
Yeah, especially off the RC.
Yep, more than dead. Lurie in the backseat already here. Udonkin driving our way through this game number 2. Can we keep it going? Kabari on the whip punish, but no confirm though. Blue wall assault instead for the Escabari pressure. No parry.
Parry.
Wild assault. Getting the pressure going, and another throw. We're throwing everybody left and right. No blue wall assaults, no throws, nothing going on here. Duque in the 6P for the mix-up. Post/2S. 6H into the Meteor, gets the same side. Udonkin blocking it though. Bar slash on the counter, not connecting with Escabari. Tragic drop for Udonkin, loses out on pressure, but gets right back into it with the parry. No thank you, goes for a throw, but Lurie on the fuzzy jump gets a full punish here into the meatiest of hit throws with the scalpel. Going in us into shutting us into our round 3. Big boy Fargo, I saw you. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome everybody to ParagOnline. Top 8. We're getting straight into the action here in our losers finals. We're in Udonkin going right at it. We're getting in with the beating the parry with the JD. Afro pop as well, forcing the burst out from Udonkin right off of the back here. Bomb gets eaten, so it's on deck and gets the scalpel. No RC. Oh, uses it late instead, but missed the conversion anyway.
Yeah,
I
mean, Udonkin is not out of this, but you do have to block a lot of these items to win. The 5D blocked, the minions out there to save Lurie if they got hit in that situation or punished. Nice mash yet again. Oh, and the 6P getting punished by the bomb. Lurie putting one up on the board. Just a great sequence at the end there to get the win. And now we play a 1-2 to see who will go to grand finals.
Yeah, absolutely a back and forth set so far. Lurie getting a little more comfortable with the keep out, but also switching a little more aggressive when they notice that Udonkin is willing to sit behind these items and block it all. So a little switch up in play style, and there we go with 2S, an early burst already. Udonkin at the advantage, but again, using the weight to be more aggressive now, but runs straight into the trumpet after goal bursting into what would have been a great situation. But now you're on the back foot, eating this wall break. It's a positive bonus. Fouls with the Aperon to be able to jump it up for a really good projectile, but he was looking for it, went for the JD, but just barely whiffed. So now Lurie keeps the offense, has 100 meter to work with as well. Trumpet got picked up and kept the pressure mix, looking for a YRC. Udonkin not giving it, so they go for command grab PRC instead. Is it enough to kill? Oh, absolutely, with the right conversion, but misses the hole in one. But J2K gonna punish that 2S just in time to bring us to our round 2.
Oh no!
Oh no, that couldn't. I pray that wasn't a race quit. I don't feel like it was. It's too early in the set.
It is definitely too early in the set, but I believe that will end up being a Lurie game win or a Lurie round win because of the problem. But we'll wait for RTO to decide what the solution is here. Unfortunate disconnect.
Yeah, no, that's tough. Strive Earth coming in once again. Udongin is back, so it was a disconnect. Not sure what will happen to the score, if we're gonna reset or not. Probably waiting on a verdict right now before we get back into it.
No, just going back in.
Gonna play it out. We'll figure out the details later. You know what I'm saying? Start gaming, ask questions later. I respect it. Going into our next game here. Restarting. One more time. Round start. Oh, okay. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna reset the situation, I believe. So Larry's just gonna get as much damage as possible. Get this round over as quick as possible, so that it's close to the same situation as it was for the previous time. Because Udongin had left right as the first round ended. So not too much of a discrepancy. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, I'm curious what the burst situation was, but honestly, I think this is the perfect solution for the most part. Like both players are fine. As long as both players are fine with it. Okay, well, as soon as I say what the burst situation is, both players don't have burst because they used it. Good punish coming out from Udongin, just using those really long-range jump-ins. But oh, the hammers are coming into anti-air, and but Udongin got Lurie in the corner. Big situation, no meter to continue the combo or to get a hard knockdown. Oh, Lurie with the crazy mix-up. Teleport behind you, come man grab. How are you supposed to react to that? All right, big overhead.
Hammer coming down. Bomb online, gets kicked back to Fausto, so Lurie couldn't really use it for much. But the charge blue also catching the backdash again. They're not letting Udongin smash or a parry or throw it. Here we go. Gun Super gets crawled right on under. So Lurie's still chilling, playing that keep out. 2K gonna trade. So Lurie's still alive, but the JP catching the crouch block right at the last second. Udongin bringing us to a round 3 with the burst advantage by a good chunk here, and jumps straight over the scalp. We're getting started, but the risky Ozante goes unpunished. Tragic situation. Now you're going to be holding a wall break with 50-meter Baiken. Good luck.
Yeah, that is very, very unfortunate. You really want to punish those because, like, you want to enforce that she can't get away with them, like, if you block it. But a lot of meter here for Udongin. Good backdash. Not that risky in that situation. Had a lot of health to gamble, and they're gonna be able to go up 2-1 over Lurie.
Yeah, man. What? It was tough. That drop was beyond tragic. Letting Baiken get away with her overhead that's unsafe on block. It's close / punish even if you're really ready for it. And getting no punish at all meant that Udongin spent a risk got reward with no risk. And that's going to be costly, especially in losers finals of our ParagOnline ladder. Such a stacked bracket, any mistake could mean death. But Lurie has shown that comeback factor, has won against Damon and Udongin so far, both Baikens that appear in our top 8. Lurie has a win over one of the top 8, so don't count him out just yet. Things can change real fast here, especially when we get a command grab.
Yeah, even if they didn't have the record against these two, like, you still can't count Lurie out because right now they're playing pretty well. Look at that offense, but all right, round start wasn't looking good for Lurie, and that's what they were able to come back. But of course, as soon as I say that, 2H gonna catch them. Oki's situation for Udongin, going just for another Escabari. Lots of respect coming out from Lurie, but first into item super to get them back into the round to flip their dominance. Oh, and good catch, but burst. It's gonna be a Cali burst. Udongin very low in the health. They catch the air dash. They don't get the full combo in J2K.
Oh man, J2K, the button. It's this whole entire ladder in top 8 has been the story of the air buttons. Speaking of the devil, Jane's gonna whiff on that Escobar, so no punish. So Baiken gonna get started. Udongin getting that Baiken game plan going, but not if Lurie can just crawl on under that Gabari, eliminating that aspect of her pressure really well. Going back to the neutral now.
Oh, the bounce!
smacked the bomb rather right back down when Udongin tried to knock it away. And now the Meteor goes same side into the cross up. Mix on the block front. Evil stuff. But this back jump, JS gonna catch and sending the bomb a mile into the air. Really weird interaction on the back hit. But the no more PRC2K. Catching Udongin running the wrong way. And now we're going to that game 5.
What's crazy about that teleport PRC is they teleported right into the explosion super, like the aftermath of it. So it was so hard to see what they were doing in that situation. Just getting that instant low. I mean, even if they didn't, it's still pretty, it still can be pretty hard to react to that, especially when you're running at them for full screen and they're just suddenly behind you. So Blurry taking us to game 5. We'll see what happens. Last time this did happen, Lurie came out on top, but Udongin playing pretty well today, so we'll see if they're able to pull it out the second time after losing the first.
Yeah, Zanza gonna win the round, so wrap the bat as well as the color counter pick here. Trying to switch things up, maybe the visuals will be deciding factor to game 5. The lock-in color gonna get workout so far with the Wild Salt conversion into 5k jump cancel. Full combo here into the super. Great spot already. Nothing to work with right off the bat, but that will change real soon as we get this supposedly safe jump with the Tatami. No, goes for JH Johnson instead. YRC for Lurie to get on out and gets the command grab up before he can spend any of that meter for the positive zones. Goes for an item and gets the bomb of all things. Pop that afro, but doesn't get it in the spot. The gun super gonna get you don't get an advantage, but not enough. A burst from Lurie gonna get out one more time. Couple coming in, Mini Faust coming in, a weight coming in as well. You're getting backed up all the way into the corner. The JH is not gonna get you out because Mini Faust is right there chilling. 5k 6h not gonna connect, just barely. Gun super again for the advantage, but jumping out is Lurie. Goes for the JD and to the mix conversion, killing just before Udongin pressed that burst. Lurie in a good spot to win this set.
Yeah, Udongin was so close to taking that round, but Lurie is still triumphing in these rounds. Oh, good jump in the timing, but no full combo means all you have is this pressure in the corner, and the mashup from Lurie is gonna force out the burst.
Over here, converting into the Kara super, getting that maxed out damage. Good chunk and a hard knockdown as well. Again, no meter to work with right off the bat, so can Lurie survive before that happens? Not quite. Okay, but jumps away from the first as long as he gets hit by the second. First coming out despite the low health, believes in the comeback and gets a massive starter encounter in air 6H. Had time to teleport, wait, confirm the route. Get a good chunk of damage there as well, but on a little bit of health, all it takes is one hit.
Oh no!
Meter, but the scalpel pull catching at the last bit there, catching a slight bit of movement from Udongin, and a full conversion from Lurie with that RC gonna bring us to a 3-2 victory. Lurie moves on to Grands.
Yeah, this is what happens when you believe in yourself enough.
You ready? Because it's Walter and Lurie. Walter on the chip, Lurie on the Faust. Walter with the switch, hasn't seen the chip yet today on the stream, so it's gonna be real nice to see that switch up or how Lurie deals with it, getting started with a 6H wall break.
Already not letting Walter get away with just doing tightrope and neutral. That's like an important thing to set up. Oh, great find with that hit, Lurie. A great start to this, and went to the knockdown. The Tun's gonna be able to give them extra pressure here. No combo off of that. A little bit too delayed on the combo, but you definitely take that damage. Only one combo needed really to kill Walter in this position.
Nice DP conversion into the RC. It's enough to, no, not quite, not enough to kill, but a DP. Oh, you can't do that, Walter. April Fools, you thought you could get out of my pressure? I've got a big 100-ton weight with your name on it. And that's gonna get Lurie our first round win. And he started with the close slash meaty to catch the jump out, and the DP gets baited and again punished into a wall splat. But unfortunately, the trade kept Lurie from converting to her back to neutral one more time. But the JD pop is exactly what she needs to get back in that corner, sending Walter to a burst out again. But Walter getting started, the rope has been put on the screen. The mixes are alive, but not enough. 5H into DP.
No.
That's gonna miss it, but a Rekka. If I were to guess, but another DP gets baited out. Lurie big chillin'. gets our first game.
Yeah, Lurie showing that DP twice at the end there, kind of killing themselves, but you got to take a big risk to really get a big reward in the end there. But that's game 1 of Grand Finals going to Lurie. And according to Khalil, Lurie did beat Marvello today and last week. So, yeah, he looks dominant in this matchup for sure. And you got to be locking in the chip yet again. Walter trying to force this. And, I mean, they have a set to work with, so not the worst thing they could try to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Believing in the chip in this matchup, just believing in Chip's ability to just cover the ground so well, right? The air not really the best spot to beat against Faust, has JH, has all those items to just control that really easily, especially with the items encouraging your decisions, right? But as Chip, you have the neutral, you have the ground space to whiff punish, just like I said. Gets that far slash to get punished fully into a nice combo, hard knockdown off the Rekka. And here we go, J2K for the late overhead. Lurie not falling for it though. PRC into the close slash off the 2K, catching Lurie moving at the last bit there.
Yeah, Lurie trying to mash out of that last situation, but not working out. Okay, mix. Punish on that. You get the setup tightrope off of that. Very good punish for Walter. They're able to get the side switch on the mix as well. So burst is going to be online for Lurie in a second. And they spend it on the blue wild assault. Lurie trying to go for the command grab in that situation, but just getting caught out. 50 meters still available in this situation.
Gonna kill, not enough.
Oh my god. Okay.
Pixel with the cross up Alpha Blade chipping Lurie there. Did not get hit, but didn't FD again. Lurie. Come on, man. That's the getting chipped out, pun intended.
Okay, why did that super give him 1 health? Why did he have 1 pixel of health after the super though?
Singular, literally a singular pixel. That is a life you live when you are Chip. Xanath, the combo scaling does rack up quick. Chip can bomb you, but not always. So Larry was able to live just in time, but it'll be Walter closing it out, bring us to 1-1 in our grand finals. Lurie looking for the reset to get our April Fool's Faust champion, but got this new Walter, who's getting the burst out from Lurie right off the bat.
Oh, the 2D! It knocks them down in the corner! Lurie's gonna force it! It's not gonna kill. Doesn't have enough meter to get it done. And 1 health is all Walter needs to mix you right now. Okay. No mash. Oh, gonna catch them doing something there. 50 meter PRC into the throw.
Yeah, Lurie using the good matchup knowledge on the clone, as you mentioned, right as it happened, the 2D. But whatever happens to the clone, no matter if it's a hard knockdown hit or not, will occur to the real Chip as well. So if you hit it with a 2D on reaction, the Chip, even though he's all the way on the other side of the screen, is somehow just laying it face down on the ground. And it looks like Lurie's in a good spot, but gets hit by his own weight there. So now Walter gets the pressure going, but Faust can crawl under the overhead on Rekka. I learned something new today. Close slash for the connect and catch the fuzzy jump, and another close slash into 2 items going out. Decides to eat the trumpet for later. Blue RC from Walter for the neutral. A good 5H counter hit, but oh no, gets punished by the J2K, forcing the burst out. Lurie has a huge resource advantage, can burst out at any point just so that 1 hit. As a pixel of health, you're in a bad spot for this bounce. Any item will kill. Are we gonna burst? No! No holding on, there's the burst. Afro does not get punished by the far slash, crawled right under it. Walter couldn't close the distance too fast and gets okay. Scarecrow PRC. Walter's blocking, but gets caught by the 2D, the long hand. Gonna put Lurie at a 2-1 lead.
When you're that low health, you have to be really careful about staggers, especially like staggers like that where they can be then special canceled into more pressure. So good stuff to Lurie, able to eventually find that very low health win. But that was definitely close for comfort after getting a big health lead. So we'll see if Lurie is able to continue that into our game 4. Still on the chip here for Walter. Honestly, I mean the chip is good, but I feel like Lurie just always coming out on top in the end. Oh, okay, guys, just counter hit 2D. We get it.
RC to get close slash again, but this time we're not falling for it. Block to get the 5H whip punch for the hard knockdown. Using hammer to control the neutral bit. Teleport PRC gets blocked and avoided. FDing, also just spinning back and chilling, and gets rewarded with a Rekka whip punish. Full combo here, gets caught by the JS, but Neko from conversion was a little too far away. But the wall, the tightrope slash and the slash again. Need to keep pressuring Lurie backwards and backwards until we get that round closer. Lurie on the back foot now.
Yeah, Lurie was just getting harassed by these normals. Oh my god. Look at this combo. Did so much damage. No meter online yet for Walter. But I mean, that is a big health lead. And almost putting us to game 5 at this point. Oh no!
Those have to be misinput records, I swear.
Yeah,
there's no way.
It has
really
to be,
tragic.
I agree.
Also caught by the guard crush in the air, mini faust and a hammer. How lucky can you be? Great situation to say the least. And uses the mini faust hit the tech throw into another command grab. Afro still on fire, but it goes away as a due to the involve from the get up. So not able to take advantage of it just quite. But the way to get a hard knockdown into a banana, into a hammer, into a meteor, into a wave. Oh my god, into a oh my god. That was a series of the best items possible, and Lurie used them as anyone would to get that round.
Yeah, set point for Lurie. Set point or game 5 point. Both players need this round more than anything right now. Lurie does not want to let set 1 go longer, and Walter trying to send us to game 5. All right, good DP in that situation. That's the right option to do. Okay, I guess you get lucky and burn out of the corner. Oh, good far slash. Lurie in the corner here, 50 meter online. No kill. Okay.
Go, a little bit of scare situation. 6P to catch start with a 6H. Walter getting started with that immediate conversion into super. But a good chunk of damage, hard knockdown, and 50 meters going to be coming up any second now. Gets it with the alpha blade of all moves, catching Lurie with the crossover. We're going to game number 5 here.
Yeah.
Super important game.
Lurie not blocking the mix-up in the corner, and not jabbing it, which a lot of times I kind of expect out of the Faust players, always going up for those mashes and those mix-up situations. But this is important. Lurie has to win this if they want to keep the dream going of a Faust winning on April Fool's Day. But I mean, Walter wants this win with Chip instead. Oh, going for these mix-ups right now. Oh, big counter hit. It's gonna force Lurie to use that burst.
Here we go. Chip jumping on in. JH. Rekka 1. Keeping it simple. Usually went for Rekka 2 RC, but this time switching it up with just the first hit. And finally caught Lurie on the timing. Super hard knockdown, rather. And the throw RC is what I meant to think about, because I felt like that was coming in my soul. I felt it. Walter on set point now to bring this tournament to a close. Lurie looking to survive, bring it to a reset, but is now on the back foot after leading in the set. Forcing the burst out from Walter, though, is a good thing you want as Lurie here, but got forced into the corner because of the item throw. Really greedy position there, and now half your health is gone, holding chip pressure with meter. Rekka 1 into the backdash 5H, again gonna catch. Rope online, gets away from the far slash. Okay, Lurie, signs of life.
Oh, nice cross up.
Here's gonna connect.
Oh, with the DP coming out from Walter right now. Walter looking to close this out with the meter that they have, and they're able to take yet another Paragon online in game 5 fashion, but this time with Chip.
With Chip this time, switched it up. Do you want to be a ninja? I know Walter does.